314-4603 for more details. Hyundai, there's joy in every journey.
That's the sound of steak searing in its juices on your new pellet grill. You heard that right. The Weber Searwood Pellet Grill can smoke low and slow at 180 degrees all the way to a high heat sear at 600. With the Weber Searwood, you can cook on the direct flame over the full grade sear zone. You'll hear the gasp of amazement from friends and family when you serve the food. Cooking with the Weber Searwood Pellet Grill just sounds delicious and tastes even better.
Baltimore Orioles baseball.
Henderson in left side of the game's first pitch is belted. Deep center field. Going back is Jose Siri at the track. He is out of room. First pitch. Leadoff homer for Gunnar Henderson. How about you, Gunnar? Got a fastball and deposited it to the left of the 404 mark in center field. And before the ice in your drinks has even melted, it is 1-0 Orioles.
Catch all the action right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This is Aaron Williams with New Blue Service Group. Our technicians stand ready to face any challenge that time or the elements may throw at your home. Your home deserves the best, and New Blue is here to help with all of your plumbing, electrical, and HVAC needs. Facing electrical issues due to the elements? We're on it. Plumbing concerns or emergencies? We're ready to fix it. HVAC struggling to keep up? We'll bring the climate back under control. So go to callnublue.com today. Go Pirates.
Yo ho ho, Pirate Patriots. It's Lindsey Gray with Carolina Caliber. Time to hoist the colors of the land of the free and the home of the brave. We're celebrating independence now through August 15th with FN Firearms. Take advantage on low prices of FN 510s, 545s, and SCAR 15s with factory rebates up to $500. Plus, with every FN purchase will come free FN gear. With the largest selection of firearms and accessories in Eastern NC, our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to lead you to the perfect treasure. Shop online or stop on by Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
You know texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, it's Caleb with Stroud's Marine. Boating season is here, and at Stroud's Marine we're stocked up with over 20,000 pre-owned parts. We've got everything you need from propellers, lower units, trim units, electrical and fuel parts, and just about anything else you need for an outboard. Speaking of outboards, we will buy your old ones. And as always, our mission is to save you money and get you back out on the water as quickly as possible. Visit StroudsMarine.com today for more information. Stroud's Marine, your best source for salvaged outboard parts.
Worth Chiropractic and his team are offering a new patient special only at the new location. Come see them at this fantastic facility. A visit to our new location gets you a free consult, complete exam, digital x-rays, and more for only $29. Our amazing new patient $29 deal is only available at the new location, Worth Chiropractic West, 2100 West Arlington Boulevard, offering the same safe, no surgery, drug-free treatment, convenient, comfortable, and cost-effective.
Hi, I'm Walker Allen Volova, and I'm with CopyPro. CopyPro has been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for over 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology. Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total satisfaction is our #1 priority. We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net. CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Celebrating a special grad but no time to cook? Why not let Jimmy John's cater your graduation party? Enjoy Jimmy John's famous Mini Jimmys in 12, 18, or 30-piece party packs made to order with fresh baked bread, hand-sliced meats, and local veggies, and delivered right to you. Whether you have a few guests or a few hundred, Jimmy John's will make your graduation gathering an A+ event. Jimmy John's, open 7 days a week in Greenville and Wilson. Order now on the Jimmy John's app or online at jimmyjohns.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
How's everybody doing?
Clip, what's up? It's Bryce.
Loneliness is worse than COVID. It's a proven fact.
Bro, what are we doing here?
Bro.
Just a bunch of dudes sitting in a room talking into sticks, man.
If it wasn't funny, then let's blame it on the duck.
He top 5, man. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't want a stalker.
Well, hello, Shirley. It's been a while.
Miss Shirley, put have you scanned your FTV card back on Pirate Radio? Now!
Have you scanned your MVP card?
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930. We are online, pr927fm.com. And you can find us on Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. Come on over, hang out, give us a like, a subscribe, and be a part of the show. Facebook still malfunctioning. We're on Facebook. We back on Facebook? All right, let me check that out. We have got some guests to get to on today's show. If you came here for the regulars, I apologize. Ken and Patrick are out today. Ken, he claims due to work. Patrick sent me a picture of the ocean. He's in the middle of the ocean. Let me try to find it. He was on a boat, John.
He was out fishing? Do we have a Pirate Radio outdoors with P-Mace? Maybe some old-fashioned fish soup?
Wait, did I make a mistake?
Yes, you made a mistake. I'm just calling it right now. Wait, you don't have a message?
I don't know.
Wait. You don't have a message for P-Mace saying he's not coming in today?
Wait a minute. My brain is...
Have you overbooked yourself by accident?
No. If Patrick's here, then we'll gladly have him.
But you had it in your head that he wasn't coming today, along with Ken.
I did. I'm very confused right now. I do know who we are having on the show. We are having the play-by-play voice of the Navy midshipman Pete Medhurst joining us. Also, we will have Roy Tesh, East Carolina defensive tackles coach, and former Pirate QB Holton Ahlers, and got some stuff planned to talk about as well. And Jamie already is bringing up a question. Did I formally introduce Shirley and Chon to the show?
No, you didn't formally introduce me. I just was relishing in your confusion.
Welcome, Shirley.
Good to be here.
Chon.
Left side.
Strong side.
What's up, Clipper? Excited for this show today. Excited for AJ McMurphy's at 8 o'clock for sports trivia with you.
You missed it. Missed it last week.
I missed it last week, and I'm excited to get back with my buddies tonight and hopefully claim first place.
Ooh, I have a question for you, Clip.
I love questions.
A trivia question?
Semi.
Okay, Semi.
Are you doing trivia this next week?
Semi Ojale. July the 3rd? Yes, I will be.
Ooh, I may make an appearance.
All right, we have a
rare appearance.
I may not be here.
Why is it that you are always never where I am? Like if I say I'm going to show.
Why
is it you is never where I am and you're not there?
What had happened was no. So what I was trying to say was, why is it that when I do make a rare appearance, that's the one time you decide you don't want to go anywhere?
No, I mean, I don't know if I'll be in town. I don't know what my
day before July 4th.
My plans for July 4th are still up in the air, so I do not know.
You're keeping your options open?
I do not know.
Are you trying to get invited to a cookout?
Maybe.
What is it that Weaver used to say? What was it? The bigger, better option? the BBO or something like that. There was
Troy used to talk about the BBD, bigger, better deal.
Yeah, bigger. Yeah.
All right, didn't we do this for a Super Bowl where we tried to kind of auction off Chandler to go to your Super Bowl party?
Yes.
Are you trying to do that for July 4th?
Maybe, yeah. Like, who wants to have me, Chandler Honeycutt, at their July 4th cookout?
What are you cooking? What's the drink situation?
And people basically like applied. Like they would tell me what they were going to have, where they were going to have it.
If we still had the big July 4th cookout that we used to have in Farmville, I would tell you need to go to that because the beef tips were legendary. But unfortunately, the people that put that on no longer do it. But it used to be a town-wide thing where everybody would bring a side dish. They would cook the meat, and we would go out to a farm, this huge airplane hangar, and we'd sit in there and eat. And the beef tips were phenomenal.
John?
Phenomenal.
I'm not going to be there.
Of course you're not going to be there.
So it's not a thing anymore.
No,
So
and they do like
it's not going to be there.
In Farmville, they do their July 4th celebration the day before.
They don't know what they're doing over there.
No, they do a celebration on the 3rd, and then if you want to go and do something else on the 4th, they don't have to compete. So that's what they do. There's a big cookout at the town commons. You hang out and watch some fireworks, and then you get to do it again the next night somewhere else.
Do y'all like fireworks?
I do.
It used to, yeah, sure.
All right. What were you going to say, Chandler?
I do know what I'm going to be doing this weekend.
What's that?
I'm going to be going down to Carolina Beach for certain. I remember the last time I was going down there, I didn't know if I was going to go.
You're committing.
Maybe, possibly, probably. I will be going down to Carolina Beach this weekend to see the folks, to see Mom and Dad, because I do not want to be down there next weekend because it's going to be crazy. So I want to go ahead and get the beach out of the way. And Sunday, I'm going to be participating with my mother and my father in a putt-putt contest.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
I am jelly.
So
I love some putt-putt.
I will have those results and update when we come back from July 4th break.
Now, who are you competing with?
I don't know.
Oh.
The last time my mom and dad competed in one down there, which was like maybe a month or so ago, they finished dead last.
Ooh.
And there was like...
Wait, is it a tournament?
Yeah.
So how many people you think will be in it?
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm going to text my mom and I'll have an answer for you.
I need to get down to Carolina Beach so I can get your mom to make me that drink.
When you're on the 18th hole about to putt for the last time, I'm going to run out and protest something and start throwing stuff everywhere.
I mean, I am a Barton College putt-putt champion.
Barton!
So if you need a little extra help.
If you need a lesson or two, Shirley's got you.
Or if you need somebody to carry the weight of not finishing dead last.
And if you need somebody to carry the clubs, I'll do it. I'll caddy for you.
The place is called Putter Pub.
So Josh on YouTube said, are you going to Putter Pub or Golf Barn, John?
Putter Pub.
Putter Pub. Yeah. Right. So going to Putter Pub.
It's a pub that has
they got
course?
beer. They got a bar.
Oh, wow.
While you're playing, they like come up and like ask you, do you need a beer? Do you need this?
Oh, that's cool.
Hold on just a second. Let me
Not in my backswing, please.
Hold on just a second. Hold on.
Excuse me, I got to get around this alligator first.
And it's like, all right, I'll take a Michelob.
Mike P said I should protest getting chips on the side. I'm just going to throw nachos all over Chandler's lie.
That's pretty good.
Jamie says maybe I'll see you around, John, at Carolina Beach.
Really?
Oh.
Okay. There we go.
Alrighty then.
Hey, just let me know.
Jamie, be extra creepy. Just kind of like be peeping at him through the bushes somewhere.
You're saying extra creepy, meaning that he's creepy. And
No,
you're
I'm
saying
I think you took that the wrong
that's
way.
how I'm taking it.
Okay,
you're
took
saying
it.
be extra creepy.
We found
which
out,
means that he's already creepy,
Well, no.
which is not true because
No.
I've met him at the UNCW game.
Normal guy.
Normal dude.
Normal Norman.
But no, let's hang out. Have a cold brewski.
Steve said, Happy Sports Trivia Wednesday, MFs. Happy Sports Trivia Wednesday to you.
Can't wait. 8 o'clock.
Going to be fun. Will Danny Bill be there? He said last week he would be.
I'm going to text him right now. No name redacted, but will Ronnie Woodward be there tonight?
I don't believe so.
Tell DB I said hi.
I hate I missed him.
You're doing a lot of texting here
I
to
know.
start the show.
It's kind of crazy.
All right, question from Whoa, well, okay, Tyler, we'll get to that in a moment. but Jamie got in first. Which is worse, a decommitment or a transfer? ECU baseball just had a 2026 decommitment, is why I'm asking. I'm the wrong guy to ask. I don't care. I find it hard to complain or criticize a person's individual choice.
And the circumstances surrounding that choice.
You're asking what is worse. I'll answer, I believe it to be the transfer rather than the decommitment.
Yeah.
Would you rather have Zach Root right now or this guy that decommitted in 3 years? I'll take Root. It's more about the now. You have to scuffle more and figure out a contingency plan a lot faster when you have a transfer as opposed to a decommitment. So that's why I would answer that way. But this whole thing, man, I can't believe people still go crazy about these coaches lying and leaving. I talked about it on Tuesday with Coach Mack. Even Coach Mack, he was in the business. He was too nice for the business. He was too classy for the business of college athletics. That's why he's out. Because even he was like, this A&M guy, Schlossnagel.
You're a Schlossnagel.
Schlossnagel.
It feels like that should be the name of the trailer hitch behind trucks.
Hey, your
Schlossnagel is a little loose.
You check that as hanging. Your Schlossnagel's hanging out a little.
Your Schlossnagel just destroyed my kneecap.
So he gets up there, and we'll play the clip in a minute, but he's like, I left my family to come here to Texas A&M. What does that mean? Did he really leave his entire family? Like, is he no longer with his wife and kids because he left his family to go to A&M? I don't know. I don't care. And I told Coach Mack, I was like, I remember a Kansas coach right after game saying, I could give a bleep about North Carolina right now.
Ooh, yeah, I do remember that one.
And then he ended up in North Carolina. And then...
I'm not going to be the Alabama coach.
I'm not going to be the Alabama head coach. That was...
So?
Quit asking.
That was the greatest college coach, arguably, of all time, who then went on to Alabama, Nick Saban. And I was like, y'all, Coach Mack, really? You really think this guy? He said, no, I don't think he's going. I think he turned it down. I'm like, man. All right, stay tuned. And sure enough, Schlossnagel is on the way to Texas. Let's hear the exchange after the game from Monday night.
Coach, with respect to the difficult outcome tonight,
respect.
rumors circulating today about a specific job opening, what do you have to say about your future in Aggieland?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty selfish of you to ask me that question, to be honest with you. But I left my family to be the coach at Texas A&M. I took the job at Texas A&M to never take another job again, and that hasn't changed in my mind. That's unfair to talk about something like that. That'd be like you asking Montgomery if he's going to sign in the draft. But I understand you got to ask the question, but I gave up a big part of my life to come take this job, and I've poured every ounce of my soul in this job, and I've given this job every single ounce I can possibly give it. So write that.
So then that guy
write that, and then the next day write that I'm going to Texas.
And then,
so write what I just said, and then tomorrow write this. I'm going to be the next head coach at Texas,
and we're going to sell some papers.
And nothing has changed. I am not leaving Texas A&M for another job. Nothing has changed.
Hell, the guy.
I'm going to Texas tomorrow.
The guy left his family. You don't think he'll leave a school?
Yeah,
he'll leave anything. And
I just think it's stupid for him to go out and say that.
It is.
And to
I think it's pretty selfish of you to ask me that question, to be honest with you.
And to say something like that, and then at the end say, write it, when the very next day, less than 24 hours that you say that, and you show up this reporter who was doing his job by asking that question, you just look like an idiot by taking that job, which is fine. But why say all of that stuff just to take and do the exact opposite of what you preached in that press conference? And why not just say next question? Why not just say, I do not want to answer?
Now's not the time.
Now's not the time. We just lost the national championship. Now's not the time. I understand your question. Great respect to your question, but I'm not going to answer that at this time.
That's nuts.
Instead, you go and you say this.
I think it's pretty selfish of you to ask me that question, to be honest with you.
There's something strange here.
And I don't think it's right that you're selfish, but I'm going to be selfish and take more money and leave. And that, folks, is fine because it happens every day. It happens every year in college sports. It happens in every walk of life. Jamie says, is Clip willing to say he's not leaving Pirate Radio ever? Of course not. And if somebody
because
says,
you never know
if somebody
what's
says
going to
they're
happen.
not leaving, that means they're leaving. Would I leave tomorrow if Wolfpack Radio wrote me a check for $2 million? Hell yeah. Later, peeps. See ya.
Let's go down to Clip. Let's
Clip Rock here.
Let's go down to Clip Rock.
Wolfpack Radio coming up. We got Chris Corciani
Got
and
Scott
Rodney
Wood.
Monroe. Got a little fire and ice coming up.
Got Scott
Now,
Wood.
I've always said that if I ever left Pirate Radio for any reason whatsoever, it would not be for another radio job.
Good for you.
But
I'm not going to say that.
But that's just me. I mean, now you'd have to really open up your checkbook.
No, you said
to
you
get me.
wouldn't.
No. I'm just saying if I left for any reason.
All right. So if you got offered millions to go to another radio station, you'd turn it down.
Pretty much, yeah.
You lied. You lied through your teeth. You are slosh-noggled.
You just slosh-noggled. You just slosh-noggled. By the way,
Slosh-noggled.
can you?
But here's the difference between what happened with A&M. Well, I say it's the difference, but one of the things that I find very interesting with this Schlossnagel situation is he's taken his entire staff, and from what I understand, half his team is going into the transfer portal so they can go to Texas.
And this is how it goes now. And people
So Texas
are still
essentially just bought a brand new team and not a team, a program.
Logan says he's gone from TCU to Texas A&M to Texas. So he's still got to hit Texas Tech on the way. Maybe he gets fired from Texas, goes to Texas Tech.
Maybe hits a Baylor and an SMU in the process.
Got to hit a Baylor and an SMU.
What about Rice? Maybe he has some down years and gets fired and then has to take a job like Rice.
Yeah.
Or go to Houston for that matter.
Can you repeat what Jamie asked you again? The question?
Is Clip willing to say he's not leaving Pirate Radio ever?
What a selfish thing to say.
You know what, Jamie?
What a selfish thing to ask.
I think it's pretty selfish of you to ask me that question, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Where
How
did
dare
you get off?
Hey, write that. Write that.
But so there, and I do think he's poured everything he has into the job. Of course he has. All these coaches do. And hopefully every player in uniform is doing that.
And had a successful run.
Absolutely. But when there's a new year, now you have the opportunity to leave. The coaches have always had that opportunity. Now the players have had that opportunity. And everyone seemingly is taking that opportunity.
Each team has a life expectancy of 1 year.
Maybe I'm cynical. Maybe I expect the worst out of people. But every time I see one of these stories, I do not flinch or anything.
I don't care.
I'm like, that's the norm. We have a new norm. The new normal. And people hate hearing new normal during COVID times.
Oh, God.
The new normal in college athletics is this crap. When you get guys to stay, that should be celebrated and praised because that is not the norm anymore.
Now, obviously, you have not been like that your entire sports fan
Of course.
life.
I
And
spent many years bitching about it.
So, like, did you believe Skip Holtz was going to stay here in Greenville? After what
No! What, forever?
No, after that year, after 09.
No, because the like previous years, I know he had been in talks and he'd do the I don't have an agent, I don't da-da-da. But yeah, I mean, people are coming after him. I'm not stupid.
What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to turn and turn some more. And when we're done turning, we're going to turn again. And then after we turn 2 or 3 more turns, we're going to turn them all into turns.
I thought he was
And
going
he
to go to
turned it into...
Go Bulls.
Yep.
And
So
now he's
wait-
the greatest spring coach of all time.
Yeah. So, like,
You got to remember at that point in my life, Chandler, I'm how old?
you're probably 30s.
I'm almost 30. You're a young kid. You're a kid. You're a good kid.
So when would you say that you kind of like grew into you grew out of believing everything you, especially when it comes to like the coaching carousel and coaches saying I'm not leaving? When would you say that you kind of grew out of that?
Good question. I don't remember. I'm trying to think of what happened maybe in the 90s or early 2000s or something. I don't remember the breaking point. But my God, it happens every offseason in every sport. These guys leave for more money. And the people act surprised every time.
I think as you get older, too, your given F kind of runs out.
Yeah.
And you just don't care because your emotional, roller coaster has basically hit the brakes at that point.
It's a good question, Chandler. I'd like to go back to the time that my heart was, maybe there's a breaking point, a moment in time that my heart was ripped out by somebody leaving. Maybe it was when John Thompson got fired. No.
Yes, I won one game this year, but I'm not leaving.
I'm pretty sure that won't it.
It wasn't ECU basketball because we haven't had a guy leave due to success since Eddie Payne, and I was too young then.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that. It wasn't ECU baseball.
For me, from an emotional standpoint, it was probably Coach Ruff. But that was not necessarily.
Well,
it was
fired.
just right. He was fired, but I mean, in terms of someone just leaving.
Would it be like a Redskins coach? Did Joe Gibbs say he was not going to go anywhere? And I
was too young. No, Joe Gibbs retired twice and didn't coach another team. After that, we had Norv, fired. After that, we had Schottenheimer, fired. After that, we had Spurrier, fired. After that, we had Gibbs 2.0, retired. After that, we had Zorn, fired. After that, we had Shanahan, fired. After that, we had Gruden, fired.
I can't believe he can remember all of this.
After that, we had Rivera, fired. Nope, we've never had a coach leave for brighter pastures. Everybody's been fired.
Coaches go to get fired.
Players leaving, I don't know, man. My heart is black when it comes to these things. I just don't care. Everybody's
been desensitized.
Everybody's
to it.
looking out for themselves in all walks of life. I saw a comment about this Texas A&M, a product of the NIL. This has been going on for decades with coaches. Now
Especially
the players are doing it.
Yeah, the only difference is now the players are doing it as opposed to just the coaches. That's why I never understood why the school would get punished for something a coach did, because then the coach takes another job. But like if they were to violate some sort of NCAA rule, a lot of times the coaches don't get punished, but the school does. And then what ends up happening is the school, the coach leaves, goes somewhere else. The school suffers the consequences of it.
And how about?
But now you've got players doing the same thing.
If Cliff Godwin took another job tomorrow, how would you feel, Chandler? Would you be devastated?
My heart would be ripped out of my chest, basically.
Yeah.
All right, that would be the turning point for you.
Yes.
That would be
it.
Yeah.
For me, I'd be like, they're paying them more money. All right, I get it. I understand.
Well, I mean,
I would not,
there's a difference between getting it and then feeling emotionally wrecked over it.
I guess I'm talking about just the shock of it all. People are still shocked that this happens, which I don't know. Maybe that shouldn't annoy me, but it does for some reason. But if Godwin left, I would not be happy because I would think the baseball program would probably take a downturn. I'm not even going to say probably. It would take a downturn.
I would say the only way it would not is if Palumbo took over.
I think we're forgetting the point of this conversation. I would not be shocked if he, like.
Is he redirecting us?
What we're talking about is the Texas A&M coach basically saying, I'm not going anywhere. I'm the Texas A&M head coach.
Yeah, right.
And then leaves.
Which is what everybody
If he
does.
had said that and he goes, it's not shocking.
Okay. But it's not shocking because we have millions. Roy Williams, Nick Saban, coaches always say they're not leaving, and then they leave.
It's just
because they can't technically say anything up front because of contract negotiations, I'm sure. So there's a level of.
I agree with you, though. They shouldn't
say that.
When he said that, was he not offered a job and accepted the job? Do you think?
Oh, I think that job.
Like in a back room or whatever.
Absolutely.
Like a handshake deal.
As he was saying those words, he knew he was going to be the Texas head coach.
I don't imagine those contracts are something that you can just do within let's say a 24-hour period. I think if you're structuring a contract for someone, to go from one school to another, I imagine it's going to take you a little while to put that together. So I imagine he probably knew before he even got into the championship series that he was leaving.
What's more shocking to me is that a guy would say something like that knowing he was going to go elsewhere. It's just so stupid for him to say it.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I'm just
people are
saying
stupid.
after it happens a million times, the shock tends to wear off.
It's
At
not
least
the
it
shock
has
of
for
him
me.
going for more money. I get that. But why say those words?
Same reason all the other coaches have done it. Because
But like,
maybe he
when
believes
Nick
it at the
Saban-
time.
When Nick Saban was in Miami, I guess they had talked. I don't know. It's just. So I guess
This is
they
really bothering
they-
him, by the way.
They offered him the job.
Who?
Alabama.
I don't know. I don't know the timeline. But he literally said, I'm not going to be the Alabama head coach. Which pretty much cemented. Go ahead and make the nameplate. He's going to Bama. If somebody says, I'm not leaving, they're leaving. Just remember that.
Jordan Belfort never left.
Who's that now?
Jordan Belfort.
Who's that?
Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not leaving.
All right. Good reference there.
Or Leonardo DiCaprio.
Mike P said, this guy's just moving around Texas. Sounds like he wanted to leave his family. They're probably only 2 hours away. Tyler said, secretly not wanting to be near his family. So as soon as his family starts to get closer to him, he moves to a new Texas location, which Josh points out. He's got to hit up UTSA also. Go visit the Alamo, get a check from them.
North Texas.
Brad,
Green.
Brad had his heart ripped out when Joe Gibbs retired. I guess that would be the first time. I was too young to be super into it when Gibbs retired the first time. And Jennifer Honeycutt says, I'm going to win the putt-putt.
All right. Well, you better do a better job than you and Dad did last time.
You don't know this. They've been practicing. All right. Tyler said, someone lied to Chon when he was younger, and he's never recovered. Yeah. I would be upset with Chon if he says, I'm going to be here Friday and then not be here Friday. I'm less upset when he lets me know in advance. Will you be here this Friday?
I'll be here.
Will you be here Monday?
No, I ain't going to be here.
It's going to be a long weekend.
It's going to be a long week.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back when we return. Holton Ahlers will join us. I kind of like this topic. I want to talk about it more. I want more examples of coaches who said they're not leaving that left. Players that said, I'm going to be here my entire career and left. And I don't hate it. I get it, man. You got to go get yours for your family and everything, or for your own selfish reasons. And a lot of hypocrites out there talk about these coaches and players while they're only looking out for themselves. Again, I see the worst in people. It's bad. I watch too much crime shows and see these nice family folks who do all this stuff. And I just assume the worst in people. It's bad, but it's reality. It's my reality. Schlossnagel! Back with you after these words.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. It's a great time to buy a used vehicle.
It's not a great time, it's a perfect time to buy a used car from Brown & Wood. We have over 115 used vehicles in stock, and we're number one in the market on price. We have limited lifetime powertrain on all of our used cars under 80,000 miles, so go to brownandwoodauto.com to find out more. 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
You want subs made with high-quality meats and cheeses? You go to Jersey Mike's. You want high-quality radio ideas? You go to me, like this. I'm an astronaut on a mission to find water on the moon. But because I'm a genius, I realize that what humanity actually needs in space is high-quality meats and cheeses from Jersey Mike's. Now to figure out how to remove the helmet and eat the sub without my head exploding. Here goes nothing. Always high-quality meats and cheeses. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Save a load on a new John Deere compact utility tractor and loader from Quality Equipment. It's never been easier to get the best brand on the market at an unbeatable cash price, or with great financing at our lowest ever monthly payment. Now is the time to get that tractor package you've been dreaming of to get your next job done right. Stop by one of our 36 locations in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia, or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
This is Dr. Hasty from Orthopedics East.
East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as a walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates.
I'm Jimmy. I've been with U.S. Cellular for years now, so they asked me to announce their special customer event, Us Days. I said, I get nervous. Maybe we recorded somewhere relaxing like a hot tub. Us Days. Exclusive offers like $1,200 off any phone plus $300 off any tablet. Which I need because I just dropped mine.
Us Days at U.S. Cellular. Get $1,200 off any phone plus $300 off any tablet. Terms apply. Actor Portrayal.
In this new world of having everything delivered to your home or office, why wouldn't you start using Cellular Warehouse for all of your cellular deliveries? Toby Williams and his team are in the business of delivering phones and tablets every day to customers, which enables you to take the hassle out of visiting a store. The best thing about this great service is that it's free. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051. That's 252-799-7051, and let his team make your wireless experience fast and easy. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
It's Bostic-Sugg Furniture's 4th of July savings event, celebrating the red, white, and home. As a member of Furniture First, our group buying power guarantees you the best price. And today, get a double sales tax discount on American-made brands. Plus, save up to 70% off Lazy Boy special purchases, plus 6 months special financing. Sleep better and save on a new Serta or Helix mattress at a very comfortable price. It's time to get fired up. It's time to save during Bostic-Sugg Furniture's 4th of July savings event.
Hey, Pirate Nation, this is Cliff Godwin, the head baseball coach at East Carolina University. I've been a Pirate Club member since I graduated in 2001, and you should too. By joining the Pirate Club, you become part of a family that helps our student athletes flourish on and off the field. When you enroll as a member, you're not just getting a membership, you're getting a front row seat to the action. To join, visit ecupirateclub.com or call 252-737-4540 today. Go Pirates.
This is Parker Bird from ECU Baseball, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Have you always dreamed of having your own backyard oasis? Elite Pools in Greenville can make that dream a reality. The professionals at Elite Pools are experts in fiberglass and gunite pool installation and renovation, and their goal is to deliver the highest quality at an affordable price. Visit the Elite Pools showroom in Greenville across from Agri Supply, or visit their website at elitepoolsnc.com. Transform your backyard into a destination with Elite Pools. And as we head back into the show clip, there has been a little bit of a development as far as the NBA goes. North Carolina native Bam Adebayo has signed a 3-year, $166 million extension with the Miami Heat.
Good for that man. I saw he called out, which a lot of people did, jokingly, I think, tongue-in-cheek, but calling out the Knicks and Jalen Brunson for tampering, as the Knicks get another Villanova Wildcat, Mikal Bridges, and we'll talk about that with Holton Ahlers in a moment. Tyler said it looks like ESPN has an article from 2015 highlighting coaches that left after saying they'd stay. And he's got Bobby Petrino, that guy. Petrino leaving Louisville for the Falcons, who then, didn't he leave a note in the locker room saying, I'm quitting the Falcons? I think that's how that went. Then he ended up on a motorcycle and yada, yada, yada. Todd Graham leaving Tulsa for Arizona State. Todd Graham has left everywhere and gone everywhere. Steve Sarkisian leaving Washington for USC. Calipari leaving Memphis for Kentucky. And then Sean brought up one during the break, one of our favorites. And this makes sense. Why is Tommy Tuberville perfect for politics? Because he will lie to your face.
Yes, sir.
Well, what did he say, John?
He basically said somebody commented and said, "I'm surprised they left Tommy Tuberville off the list because he literally said they have to carry me out of a pine. They have to carry me out of here on a pine box in order for me to leave." And then he left. He left the next few days for Auburn.
They said, "You will have to take my dead body out of here." On second thought, I'll just walk out of the office.
The comment says, "Surprised not to see Tommy Tuberville on there, seeing as how he said, they'll have to carry me out of here in a pine box days before leaving Ole Miss for Auburn."
So he got that politician stuff going early. Good for Tommy. Hit it again, Shirley. We love Tommy Tuberville.
Go to hell. Get a job.
Get a job.
Somebody commented and said, "Surprised old Pine Box didn't make the list. He has left a few schools saying he was not going to."
Old Pine Box, Tommy Tuberville. Go to hell. I'm taking another job.
Get a job.
Tommy. Vote for Tommy Tuberville. I'm not. You'll have to carry me out in a pine box. How many jobs he had since then? The Cincinnati. Jamie, that's not nice. It's not nice at all. Jamie asked, did Skip Holtz ever say he wasn't leaving? Well, first of all, that's a selfish question, Shirley, for you to ask me if Skip Holtz
I think it's
said
pretty
that.
selfish of you to ask me that question, to be honest with you.
To be honest with you, that's selfish.
I think every time somebody asks a question I don't want to answer, I'm going to just tell Shirley to hit that from now on. No, I don't think Skip ever said, I'm going to be at East Carolina forever. He would always answer it the same. I don't want to leave. I love it here. My family loves it here. So he never specifically said that I recall, I'm not leaving East Carolina. I'm never leaving. He'd always say, I don't have an agent. I don't da-da-da. Like he'd use, and which is good, right? John, will you take that?
Yeah.
Those answers?
Yes.
All right. But to say, I'm not leaving, I still don't understand what that guy meant by I left my family.
Yeah, like he just dropped them and said, "Hey, I'm going. Y'all stay here."
Has he not
Bye.
been back home to see his, like...
I left my family for this job.
And you're asking
Where's
me?
your family at?
Follow up, Coach. You know what? That was a selfish question. This is more of a welfare check. What have you...
Wait, hold on.
Have you talked to your family?
Wait, there's somebody over here. What's your name, sir? Oh, Brian Kelly's got a question. Brian, what do you have? Brian Kelly. Family.
Where are they?
Go to hell.
Where is your
I
family?
think it's pretty selfish of you to ask me that question, to be honest with you.
You have been promoted.
Mike P said Skip Holtz, more like Skip Town Holtz. Not your best.
What we're going to do is we're going to have to turn and turn some more.
Go to South Florida and turn.
We're going to go to my dream job, South Florida. Go Bulls.
Go to my dream job, Birmingham Stallions.
We played that clip of Skip Holtz. I mean, this is kind of... Are these dirty media tricks, or are this calling out a hypocritical moment? But we talked to Skip before we left, and, man, very difficult decision. Extremely difficult decision. And then his first comments...
This is the easiest decision of my life. Go Bulls. Can't wait to get this started.
Yeah. You got to be careful what you say, I guess. It's going to get picked apart. But I get it, man. You don't want to tell somebody to their face something they don't want to hear, you know?
Then turn around and say exactly what they don't want to hear.
Sometimes it's easier to lie than to tell the truth. Now, once you lie, you got to either come up with more lies.
If you're going to lie, know that the truth's not going to come out the very next day.
But what are the consequences for Schlossnagel? Okay, you lied. So what? I got more money. Well, but these Texas A&M fans aren't going to respect you. So what? I got Texas fans now. Who cares about it?
And I got millions of dollars.
What about your players? How is a player gonna respect you now if you leave? Oh, don't worry. We got NIL money. We got players that want me to be their head coach at this new place. There's no consequences for him. Who cares if he lies?
There's one person that he might not get respect from. Mike Schwartz.
Incredible respect. Incredible respect.
That's right.
Incredible disrespect to you,
Schlossnagel.
He doesn't
so
have
much
to,
respect. Great respect. Great amount of respect for them.
He doesn't have to worry about his wife because he left his family.
Yeah, the family's gone.
He doesn't have to worry about his son saying, "Daddy, Papa, why did you leave the Aggies?" More importantly, why did you leave me?
Yeah, here's a better question. Follow up. Why did you leave us?
Daddy, does that mean you're coming home? You're going to Austin. Where's Austin?
Where's my bedroom at in the new house?
You are
Not
terrible.
here.
Oh, man. Schloss.
I left my family for this job.
Jamie says, I was a Lou Holtz fan until he said he was happy Skip left because he looked better in green and gold. All right, we'll go get Ryan Day to fight him then.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I left my family for this job. I was at home during COVID. I could have stayed. But I came back. I left my family for this job.
So you're not leaving then because you left your family for this job?
Yes.
Are you willing to say you'll never?
And I've worked hard here. I've poured everything I have into this Pirate
Radio.
Radio.
I don't like where this is going. Chandler, will you ever leave Pirate Radio?
Never.
Whoa, no. Oh, no. Remember this day. It's definitely happening now. It's definitely happening now.
Yeah, it's happening tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding.
Write that.
Write that. I think that's pretty selfish of you to ask that.
Jamie says, where the heck is Mike Schwartz? Been MIA for a while. Well, hopefully recruiting and getting these guys better. I have a request to interview Coach Schwartz and was told they want to fill out the staff and do a few other things before he does interviews, but planning to do that sometime in July and catching up with Coach Schwartz. Mike P. said, do we all leave our family for our jobs when we go into the office? I guess technically we leave our families every day unless you work from home. But I still see my family every day. I don't know about the coach. He left his family for the Texas A&M job. Mike P. said his family doesn't respect him. They're still waiting for that milk he left for. Hey, honey, I'm going to go grab some stuff from the grocery store. Be right back. Next stop, College Station.
Austin.
Next stop, Austin. Next stop, Fort Worth.
They finally show up to the College Station, and he goes, oh, my gosh, I forgot the milk again. And then he goes to Austin. I left my family for this job.
Schlossnagel. And again, he did pour everything he had into the job. He's supposed to. I don't think he's lying on that part.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
Took him to the national championship.
So the loyalty is gone. You've got to accept it, people.
You know, they always say honesty is the best policy. I just wish people would follow that policy more.
Even if it's something you don't want to hear? I think in that case, Chandler, the best policy would be avoiding the question.
Yes. Like I said earlier, just say, I don't want to comment.
Yeah.
I'm literally 30 minutes removed from losing the national championship. I just want to focus on what happened tonight.
Yeah. That would be a fine answer. Or you could go option B, lie and berate the reporter.
And which is what he went with.
He said, you know what? I'm going to go B here. I'm going to call this guy selfish.
That reporter was probably going, what? How am I selfish?
I'm so unselfish. I sacrificed my family to come here. That's how unselfish I am. Schlossnagel.
What a schlossnagel he is.
Mike P. said, you know what he didn't pour into his job? His family.
That's pretty good.
Jamie said, Sean going to UNCW this weekend. Announcement coming soon. Seahawk Radio. Tyler said Ken has you an inside track. Have you been talking to Ken?
No, I haven't. That would be boring. UNCW?
Yeah. You you have nothing during football season.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Nothing till basketball and baseball. Mike P said option C, announce your job right then. That's what Chandler wants. He wants honesty and full transparency. When someone says, Coach, there's rumors out there that you might be taking this other job at Texas.
I took it yesterday.
Instead of going, now appreciate your question. I know you got to ask it, but right now I'm focused on these guys in the locker room, man. We've been at this thing since February. And you know what? You people think, and I'm sorry to say you people, think that because all you people are fine, upstanding citizens, but we don't just start in February, okay? The work goes back to all the way last fall. These kids have poured their heart out for this university and for their love of baseball, and I just don't think now is the proper time to address things like that. But I appreciate your question. You do a fine job. So there's one option.
I love that option.
Option 2, stupid question. You're selfish. I left my family. Don't ask me about that. I've poured my heart and soul into this job. I've gotten everything I could get out of it, which, by the way, isn't that him saying I can't get any more out of this, so I'm leaving? Anybody pick up on that part? And you're selfish, write that.
I think it's pretty selfish of you to ask me that question, to be honest with you.
Seriously, y'all got to shut up.
That's option
nuts.
B. Option C, Chandler, is, the Texas job? Yeah, I already took that. I haven't really...
Horns up.
I haven't signed anything. But
I've already done the blood oath that if anybody does horns down, then I'm going crazy.
Let's just put it this way, okay? I know the words to the eyes of Texas, all right? Let's just put it this way.
I will beat you down if you do horns down.
Let's just put it this way. I got Kevin Durant on speed dial right now, okay? Peyton Manning and Coop talked to me about Arch, okay?
Let's just say Colt McCoy was in my backyard playing pool yesterday.
Let's just say I threw a little Ivan Melendez some BP, okay, if you know what I'm saying. Where's that guy? I want that guy at the press conference.
Ivan Melendez.
The Hispanic Titanic?
That is him.
Yeah, he is him. I am him. Skip said he's no coach. He's a bootlegger. Skip, I know you're an old school guy, man, but you got to get with the times, dude.
Yeah, you just got to.
This is how it is now. You're going to be saying that about every coach.
If you're not with the times, it's time to get a clock. You know what I mean? How about that?
That's pretty good. Where'd you hear that little ditty?
I just came up with that.
No, you didn't.
I swear I did.
Say it again.
If you're not with the times, it's time to get a clock.
Let's clean it up a little.
If you're not
with the if you're not with the times, get a watch. I don't think you need to say time twice.
If you're not with the times, buy a clock. If you're not with the times. Hey, here's one. Here's one. If you're not with the times, go to hell.
Go to hell. Get a job.
Carry me out in a pine box.
What a a-hole. I mean, my God.
What a thing to say. And oh boy, all those Ole Miss fans. Yeah, that's our coach right there, baby. You're gonna have to kill this man to get him out of here. 2 days later, see ya. Oh man. No to a watch. Get out of here. If you ain't with the times, get out of here. I guess Skip's saying. Hey, maybe I'm wrong.
I looked up Ivan Melendez.
Why?
I just looked him up because you mentioned I want to see where he was at, but I found out where he was born. Gary Hines not gonna like this.
Oh no,
El Paso.
No. I'll tell you one place I won't be calling games. That's El Paso in the Sun Bowl. Robert says if you're not with the times, you're selfish. That's a selfish thing to say, Robert.
I think it's pretty selfish of you to ask me that question, to be honest with you.
Tyler said, be like that coach that got fired before her post-game interview. When asked about the next season, she said, well, I've been fired. Yeah, that's a little bit different. I think it's a little easier to say that than to say you've been hired by another school. Schlossnagel. Well, I guess we'll push Holton Ahlers back to hour 2 or 3. Let's take another break. We got to get ready for Pete Medhurst at 4 o'clock. We got Roy Tesh coming up at 5 o'clock. Pretty intense guy. We had Mr. Energy, Dario Roberts yesterday. We've got Mr. Intensity, Roy Tesh today. Old Hobbs said, did you just say you're not leaving for El Paso clip? Well, I said Gary Hahn wouldn't leave. All my options are open. I'll go anywhere for the right price. I'll go to El Paso. I'll go to Boca Raton. I'll go to a Hosky.
I'll go to Chocowinity.
You'll go to Choco?
I'll go to Conto.
You'll go to Conto?
Conto, that's where you go.
That's where I would go.
I'll
Or
go to-
Tickbot.
You can find me in Lumberton. You can find me in... I want to go to the mountains. So what's the best mountain town in North Carolina?
Ask Wes.
You got your Asheville's and your Boones and your... I think I want something kind of just low-key. Let's take a break. We'll come back, wrap up hour number 1 after this.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com. Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates.
I'm Jimmy. I've been with US Cellular for years now, so they asked me to announce their special customer event, Us Days. I said, I get nervous. Maybe we record it somewhere relaxing like a hot tub. Us Days. Exclusive offers like $1,200 off any phone plus $300 off any tablet. Which I need because I just dropped mine.
Us Days at US Cellular. Get $1,200 off any phone plus $300 off any tablet. Terms apply. Actor Portrayal.
In this new world of having everything delivered to your home or office, why wouldn't you start using Cellular Warehouse for all of your cellular deliveries? Toby Williams and his team are in the business of delivering phones and tablets every day to customers, which enables you to take the hassle out of visiting a store. The best thing about this great service is that it's free. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051. That's 252-799-7051, and let his team make your wireless experience fast and easy. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Give me that ooey gooey, crispy, crunchy, mouth watering. Give me that creamy, dreamy, meaty topping, pepperoni popping. Give me that crispy, Kobe, Papa John's. Better get you some. Try the trio before it's gone.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates.
Your Wood Ducks host the Carolina Mudcats July 1st through the 3rd. Bring your furry friend to the ballpark on Tuesday, July 2nd. Each dog in attendance will receive an orange tennis ball courtesy of Brightspeed. And join us on July 3rd for our post-game fireworks extravaganza. You don't want to miss the biggest fireworks display in Eastern North Carolina presented by WNCT Channel 9. First pitch is set for 6:30 p.m. and gates open at 5:30 p.m. Get your tickets online at woodducksbaseball.com or by calling the front office. Get your tickets today before it's too late. Go Woodies!
Daydreaming of being on the water? The Pirate Waters Outfitter in Washington is your place to get ready. This is Captain Bo Brooks with Pirate Waters Outfitter, and we are stocked up with the best selection of everything for the summer. Come in today for a new pair of Bahio sunglasses or a new color turtle box. You going fishing? We are stocked up with reels from Florida Fishing Product, new fly selections, and a full line of Smithy cast iron cookware. Pirate Waters Outfitter on Market Street in downtown Washington and also on Facebook and Instagram.
I'm Donald Stocks, owner of Pip Marketing Signs Print. We are your one-stop shop for just about anything printed. If we're not your go-to printer, please give us a call at 355-1636. We have over 80 5-star Google reviews and want you to be our next more than satisfied and well-pleased customer. Check us out at growatpip.com or stop in to see us at 3185 Mosley Drive in Greenville. Pip, where business goes to grow.
Are you tired of the same old fast food routine? Shake things up for lunch and dinner at Clean Eats Cafe. We've cracked the code to make healthy dining tasty and affordable. Whether it's a power lunch or a family dinner, we've got you covered. Sit down in our cafe for a brainstorming session or catch up with friends. Even stop in after a workout for protein smoothies or a protein iced coffee. Our atmosphere is welcoming and our food is fresh. All for about the same price as fast food. It's time to ditch the drive-thru and feast on flavor at Clean Eats Cafe, Red Banks Road in Arlington Village.
Pirate Radio.
See that door right there? One marked pirate. You think a pirate lives in there?
The voice of the Pirate Nation.
I see a door marked private. Is that the door you're talking about?
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Doug Henry of Greenville is under new management with over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily. And on the last Sunday of every month, they are open, so you can check out their inventory as well. And Doug Henry is easy to find. It's on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial Drive, and always online at DougHenryGreenville.com. Right on the corner and always right on the price at Doug Henry of Greenville. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Got Roy Tesh coming up, hour 3. Eric said, is his cousin John doing well? That NBA on NBC theme pops in my head from time to time. You know, now Fox Sports uses it for college basketball, and it is nowhere close to the same as NBA on NBC with Marv Albert. Yes! But
Round Ball Rock is just epic.
One of my favorite all-time YouTubes is him doing it live.
Yes.
Which I've got here, and if you've never seen that, you need to look it up on YouTube right now. But it's John Tesh, and you'll hear it. There's like a basketball dribble sound, and he's pretending to dribble a basketball with this serious face looking at the audience, and then he hops on his keyboard, and it's like such a magical moment.
Oh, baby!
And he's jamming it out live.
With the fervor of like a guitar player playing an epic guitar solo. I mean, like, he's got his head banging, his hair's flying all over the place.
He's looking at the audience like, do y'all see what I'm doing right now? Are y'all amazed at what is happening in front of you?
I'm an adult contemporary artist trying to pretend to be a rock star.
Shirley, you remember this badass violin lady?
Yes.
Watch it cut to the violin lady. She's going off. Like everybody is just going the F off.
I mean, like, she's like strumming those strings so hard she's about to pop one.
I mean, those are masters at their craft.
That's somebody
in the
selling
zone.
it.
Yeah.
That's selling the performance and the fact that, you know, John Tesh was absolutely known for not just that, but his epic vests that he would wear.
What she was rocking in that video. Where did he go to college?
Carolina. I know. Yes, North Carolina.
Wrong and wrong.
NC State. I'm sorry.
Correct. You should know
that,
He was
an NC State grad.
I knew it was somewhere in North Carolina.
I know. I should ask Gary Hahn. He would have known.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go down to Tony.
Let's go down to John Tesh.
John Tesh with Round Ball Rock.
Speaking of basketball and things that fire you up, people need to watch what I showed you last week of Mason, the Detroit Pistons announcer.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
The PA, and nobody can replicate that. Although Big Pat with Charlotte is similar, but that Pistons intro is pretty epic.
The Ballers! They went five. Okay.
Wait till he gets to Ben Wallace.
Okay.
There you go.
I was waiting for him to go, from the north, Cackalack.
Hey. My God.
Okay.
That fires me up so
I don't
much.
care to go to a Pistons game, even in that era, but I would show up for the intros because that is amazing.
That's a great lineup, too.
I'll have to go back and look, but I've been watching a lot of, unfortunately, rabbit hole TikTok videos, and they have some videos of, like, the Yukon women when they play their Midnight Madness game or Midnight Practice, whatever it is that they do, and they have, like, this huge, I mean, it's like a big show. You have the players come out on the stage and all this stuff, and they do kind of like a starting lineup like that, and it's pretty hype too. So I like the Bulls announcer, the original Bulls announcer from when Jordan.
Yeah, they had a good intro.
They had a great intro. The most iconic.
Well, hey, do you know that?
We need to take a break.
Do you know that music that they play for the Pistons one?
Yeah. Yes, Final Countdown by Europe.
That's it? So it's just the background music for that?
Yeah, that's it's the final.
That goes great for an intro.
Chandler's mind is blown.
Wow.
Jamie said, do you know who John Tesh is married to? I'm looking it up on Wikipedia.
Connie
Selica.
Connie Selica, yeah, because she used to do, what was the name of that TV show?
She was in Flying High, The Greatest American Hero, and Hotel.
Oh, I'm thinking of Maury Povich's wife.
Okay.
A Current Affair. She was on A Current Affair. But Connie Selica, I do remember
You're
from
thinking
Hotel.
of Connie Chung?
Connie Chung.
Is that who you were thinking of?
Yes.
Yeah.
But Connie Selica on Hotel, I do remember her.
I like Connie Britton.
Okay.
And I like Pete Medhurst. We'll talk to him next.
All right.
Save the date and party like pirates on August 29th for the annual Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party, featuring special guest, American Idol musician Blake Prohl.
What's up, guys? It's Blake Prohl. I'm so excited to announce that I'll be back in Greenville Thursday, August 29th for the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party. It's been way too long, but I can't wait to see you, Pirate Nation, and go Pirates.
Join the fun with a performance by country music band Should Have Been Cowboys, and so much more. Save the date and join us at the annual Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party, August 29th.
Greenville's hometown pizzeria is Cucinella's. Cucinella's has 2 locations with great options for lunch, dinner, takeout, and they now offer catering. Dine in for lunch with a slice, salad, and a drink with a friend, or stop by after work and grab a beer or glass of wine while you wait for your to-go order. The best pizza, grinders, salads, and homemade Italian ice is at Cucinella's. Cucinella's Midtown across from Best Buy, downtown across from Sup Dogs, and on Facebook and Instagram. Cucinella's, serving handcrafted pizza since 1932. Come taste the difference.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week with live music. Come enjoy Mug Monday with custom butt cups. Tuesday and Wednesday we have local acoustic night. Thursday night we have line dancing from 7 to 9, followed by karaoke with DJ Dog. Ladies and free both Friday and Saturday nights with the best local bands in the area. So come twirl around and have a bucking good time. And don't forget your Sunday Fun Day Cornhole Tournament with the ECU Club Cornhole team at 3 p.m. Check out the Buck on Facebook and Instagram for all up-to-date information and events. Y'all come get bucked up.
If you're in the market for a swimming pool and you're located from the capital to the coast, Elite Pools can make it happen for you. They are the Carolina's premier fiberglass and concrete pool builder and renovation contractor. Every pool is built with the highest quality products and on schedule. Visit the Elite Pool showroom located across from Agri Supply in Greenville with fiberglass pools on site and a design center to simplify all of your pool selections. They also have a full service department with pool supplies and they provide expert water analysis. Call Elite Pools today at 689-6557 or visit elitepoolsnc.com. For pools, think Elite Pools.
Did you know that GUC's utility rates are not only low in the region, but also the state? That's right. When you combine the average electric, water, wastewater, and natural gas into one bill, only people in 2 of the 15 largest cities pay less than GUC customers. Only 2. low rates, and high reliability. Working in the best interest of the community rather than shareholders. That's the value of public utilities. That's the value of GUC.
This is proud ECU alumni David Price of David Price Construction. As a leading general contracting firm, we specialize in commercial construction and renovation. Whether it's updating your office space, renovating your restaurant, or building a new retail store, our team at David Price Construction is ready to assist. We are committed to delivering quality, value, and customer satisfaction across all of our projects. So give us a call at 919-820-3612 or find us online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Go Pirates!
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Down on Main Street, Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go. Join Down on Main Street every Wednesday for half-price wings from 4 p.m. to close. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Golden Ticket Cinemas is Greenville's newest movie theater and is now open in the Greenville Grand location on Greenville Boulevard near the Cracker Barrel. Catch a movie on Greenville's largest screen in the Elite Theater or take advantage of great deals such as $5.50 Ticket Tuesdays. You can also take advantage of their summer specials. For kids, you can get $1 will get you a ticket into a movie, or pay $5 and do a combo where you can get a movie ticket and popcorn and a drink as well. Get your movie tickets today at gtcinemas.com. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show in style at Golden Ticket Cinemas. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. We continue to get you ready, kind of bridge the gap from the summer to football season. Here on Pirate Radio, we'll talk to East Carolina defensive tackles coach Roy Tesh coming up in hour number 5. Former Pirate Holton Ahlers will join us on the show today as well. And we'll have another advanced moving opponent preview. And today we advance down the schedule and we'll talk some Navy football with Pete Medhurst, who joins us once again here on Pirate Radio. Always enjoy talking sports with Pete. Pete, how you doing today, man?
It's ironic that a guy who has seemingly broadcasted every Navy East Carolina game during the Holton Ahlers era, all 17 of them, that he would be on the same show that I'm on today. Excited as always to be with you, my friend.
Absolutely. And Pete, Navy coming off a 5-7 year, and I guess the one thing that a lot of folks your way are looking at is the loss to Army to end the season. And I got to thinking about that, Pete, with all the changes in college athletics today, and we know the buzzwords, NIL and transfer portal and all that. You've still got Army, Navy, you still got a few things you can cling on to that have tradition that you watched in 1995 that's the same or somewhat the same. It's a bigger stage, but somewhat the same as today. Do the military academies, there's got to be some changes and them going through some things that other schools are going to, but kind of have they held on to some of these traditions and kind of old school football, or is it changed for you guys too, Pete?
Oh, no, it's business as usual. I mean, obviously our athletes cannot participate in NIL. So, I mean, you're coming to the academies for the ability to, if you're the once-in-a-lifetime athlete right now we've got one of our wide receivers, Nathan Kent, who is just participating at the U.S. Olympic trials. He finished 12th out of 27 in the 400. Had an amazing performance there. And, we've got Ramir Vick, another athlete, track and field athlete in Navy, who's competing tomorrow night in the semifinals in the 110-meter hurdles. And, we've had some athletes in the swimming trials, the U.S. Olympic swimming trials here. But unless you're one of those, few and far between, you're going to the Naval Academy to eventually be, an either officer in the Navy or, in the Marine Corps. And that's ultimately where your NIL comes from. I mean, you can ask a lot of college graduates when they get that, that degree, they walk out and go, all right, well, what do I do now?
Right.
Well, at the Naval Academy, they take care of that for you. The salary's good. The job is usually, you know what ship you're going to, or if you're going to the Corps, you know where you're going to be stationed. And, you kind of get on about your business for the next 5 years as a member of, the Navy or Marine Corps. So that's ultimately what you're signing up for. And, through the years, we've been lucky enough to recruit enough guys that are good football players on top of it and put together some decent seasons. Sure, the loss to Army really stung at the end of last year. I mean, the last couple of those guys have been, one play here, one play there. And obviously, they're eager to get started. I know spring football went really, really well. Coaches are excited about what they accomplished, and I'm looking forward to things getting underway August 31st against Bucknell.
Pete Medhurst joining us, Pirate Radio Live Line. Kind of one more on the Army-Navy game, Pete. The conference championship is the week before the Army-Navy game. Bowls have been, settled by that point. So is there any thought of moving that game, or is it more important to have it on its own, on a big stage, even though it could potentially keep you out of a bowl, even if you finish with 6 wins? Has there been any talk of moving the date for that game?
No, because, you got TV contract, and considering what the Army-Navy game means and the TV contract that CBS, who's been a great partner for Navy for several years now, as long as that relationship stays good, I don't anticipate them moving that game back unless, as a TV partner, they said, hey, it might be in the best interest in all of us to move it back. Now, if that becomes the case, then I'm sure they sit down and have a quality discussion at that time. But as long as your TV partner and that game still initiates the amount of money that both teams get from that game, I certainly think both institutions are going to err on keeping it where it's at, because right now both teams get maximum value out of that game being placed where it is, and our TV partner gets maximum value out of that. And I think that's part of it. You look at what's happened to college football. You know this. You've done this for a long time. This is about your league, your TV partners.
Yeah.
And, as long as that relationship stays where it's at, generates the kind of revenue that it generates, then you're certainly going to, in my mind, you're going to keep it, where it's at, not only for now, and as long as you and your TV partners can agree on those things going forward.
Pete Medhurst joining us on the Advanced Moving Opponent Preview, talking some Navy football today. And Pete, I'll be a bit of a hypocrite here. We spent most of hour one, and I was telling folks how nothing surprises me or shocks me anymore in college athletics when the Texas A&M coach says I'm not leaving and then leaves the next day. It doesn't shock me anymore because I've seen that from other coaches, and from, after a while you just get desensitized to it or whatever. I will say this. I was surprised when I heard that Ken Niumatalolo would not be coaching in Navy anymore. So Brian Newberry takes over last year as the coach. How is life without Coach Niumatalolo? How's Coach Newberry instilling, his stuff there up in Annapolis?
Well, I think in both cases, and obviously it's great to see Kenny back as a head coach at San Jose State.
Yeah.
This year. Look, anytime you have a coach that accomplishes a lot and is a good human being on top of it, as Ken Niumatalolo is, there's always going to be a painful adjustment because, nobody wanted things to, wanted to see Navy and Coach Niumatalolo separate in under those, the way things happened. Obviously, Coach Newberry was brought in by Coach Niumatalolo because of, the equality that Coach had observed of what Brian had done leading up to this. And, for a guy like Brian certainly doesn't – obviously, Brian and any other head coach want to be a head coach, but they certainly don't want to – really, it's awkward. I mean, there's no question it's an awkward circumstance taking it that way. But I thought all sides, as that season went along, eventually, did a really good job with that. Brian's is, like Kenny, he's just as good a human being as you're ever going to want to find in this business. And I think that makes it better, for the guys that, stuck around on this coaching staff. A guy like Ivan Jasper, who's been best friends with Kenny for a long time, played together in Hawaii. They were on the same team, coached under Paul Johnson together. Coach Volker was on this staff, and he had to, he was approached by the Chargers in the National Football League, or excuse me, the Rams. I think it was the Rams. One of the teams in LA approached him in the off season. So, for RB Green, who played at Navy, and the guys like that who obviously have a long-standing relationship with Coach Niumatalolo, they're not going to stick around. And obviously Kenny's son is on our staff. He's one of the defensive line coaches. Those guys aren't going to stick around on this staff if Brian's not a quality football coach, not a quality individual. And, I think that is what speaks volumes about who Coach Niumatalolo was, but more importantly, who Coach Newberry is, the respect that those men have for him, especially the ones that have the closest. I'm not sure you could have closer ties than being the son of the former head coach, and the fact that he's still here, still working on this staff. I think that speaks volumes for Brian. And I think as that season went along last year, I think that stuff, we got further away from that. We can make it more about football. And that's why I think this group as a whole is really going to make a much bigger step forward here in year number 2 for Coach Newberry.
Talking to Pete Medhurst on the Pirate Radio Live line, our advanced moving opponent preview. And Pete, let's talk about the offense and the quarterback situation. And look, I'm not saying that they're not going to have a good quarterback, but as long as it's not Keenan Reynolds or Malcolm Perry, I'll feel a little bit better about it. Those guys tortured the Pirates for years and years. But how about the QB situation and also some guys you're excited about on offense?
Yeah, I mean, 76 spot, a 66 spot, I think down there.
We still talk about them, Pete.
But you know what, dude, I mean, look, I'm sorry. That's some of the best option football that's ever been played by anybody. I'll go back. We can go back to the Oklahoma guys if you want. But that was some of the best option football you'll ever see that Navy played during that time. Now, the question ultimately is, what is this offense going to look like? I think we're all eager to see what this is going to look like under Drew Cronick. And I think there's a lot of excitement about what's been, accomplished in spring football. Still a long way to go. Obviously, you don't get any victories. You don't get any credit for spring football quality. You got to do it when the lights come on August 31st. There's no doubt about that. But when you look at all the returners on this team, Blake Horvath is back healthy at quarterback. Braxton Woodson got a lot of good experience last year. So I think in terms of top 2 mids are rock solid at that position. You've got a lightning quick guy, Brandon Chapman. You've got an unbelievable playmaker in Eli Heidenreich. You've got Alex Teska, who was one of the lead ball carriers with Dabo Fofana. Both of those guys at the fullback position are back this coming season. And then, as I said, Nathan Kent, who's running in the 400 in the Olympic trials, out at wide receiver. You're really excited about what this group could potentially put out there. And if you do any of the research on all of the different stuff that Coach Cronick has run and all the different places that he has been, I think this is going to be an exciting time for Navy fans. And I think it's going to where none of us know what it's going to look like yet. I'm not even sure they know totally what it's going to look like because he's just getting to know his personnel and what he can do with it. So there's going to be a lot of creativity right now that's going on as they head toward fall camp and get ready for the season. But when you have all of that returning talent, guys that have put stuff on tape that is going to be, legit quality in the American, I think there's a lot of excitement for Navy coming into this coming season.
Yeah, we got Roy Tesh joining us later on, defensive tackles coach, and talking to him, he said that Navy's going to look a little different this year. And the Pirates have done a good job, generally speaking, in the Mike Houston, Blake Harrell era of defending the option. The problem is we can't score. Didn't score a single point last year. In fact, Navy pitched 2 shutouts last year, both against the North Carolina schools, East Carolina and Charlotte. So how about defensively, Pete? What do you think about that side of the ball?
Well, I mean, look, the year before y'all scored 41 in our ball yard, so it's not like y'all have been famine at that, at that position. That guy Ahlers is pretty darn good. Look, I think defensively, when you look at what's coming back, you've got one of the best players in the entire league in Colin Ramos at linebacker. I think he proved that last year, and he's in a leadership position with this team now. But his play does as remarkable a job at leading as anybody. Obviously, we've got to replace a couple of key pieces. Losing Clay Cromwell, he obviously was a terrific player that they developed here, did an unbelievable job. Jacob Busick, who's now out at UCLA, you got to replace him. So, Landon Robinson, who was terrific for us as a backup nose guard. Justin Reed, who was unbelievable last year, always around big plays at the left end spot. Big opportunity for a guy like Kendall Whiteside now, over on the defensive tackle position. But, it starts with Colin Ramos, their leader at linebacker, Luke Pierce, who did an awful lot of really good things for us at the Raider spot last year. So when you have that kind of talent coming back, the guys that have meaningful snaps already on your football team, it gives you reason to be cautiously optimistic. But as you all know, in our league, man, the offenses that we run up against, it's going to, even though all 4 of our guys in the secondary, everybody's back. Rayon Lane, one of the best safeties in the league, he's back. And B.D. Williams, Deshaun Peel, Andrew Duhart, they're all back. So again, you're knocking on wood, but you're cautiously optimistic that if your top flight people can stay healthy, and that's always going to be the big key. Your starters have to stay healthy. If that happens, we have a chance to be a really representative and quality football team, I think, coming up in the fall. But again, got to go out and do it. You got to go out. There's a lot of good teams. We see a lot of good teams on paper every year that we start at the beginning of the year. We think, man, this is going to be a good team. It's going to be a good team. It's going to be a good team. And they end up 5 or 6 wins, and we all look back at the end of the season going, what the hell happened, or the coach gets fired. So, you have to be cautiously optimistic. But there's no question with what returns, the excitement around Coach Cronick coming in on the offensive side, that there's reason for a lot of optimism here in Annapolis this year.
Pete Medhurst joining us. Jot this one down, Pete. We've got a loyal listener, viewer, Johnny Robertson, who we call Johnny Stats. He's got tremendous stats, and he just threw another one out on our YouTube feed. He says the Pirates haven't scored in the third quarter against Navy since 2016. And how about the names? Gardner Minshew to Zay Jones. The last time the Pirates scored a touchdown against Navy in the third quarter. So you can bring that one up this year if you remember.
Those guys have a few dollars that they might be able to send back to East Carolina for some NIL assistance these days.
Yes, sir. Minshew now with the Raiders, and of course they doing the thing as well. We are talking to Pete Medhurst on the Pirate Radio live line. Pete, while I got you here, I'm going to bounce around before we let you go. And yesterday, Mac McCarthy joined us. Do you know Mac at all? Coached at VCU. Coached at.
I know who he is.
Yeah.
I love him. I've never met him. But
okay. Yeah, we love Coach Mac around here. But we were talking about rivalries, I guess stemming from kind of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and he was talking about rivalries today. And are we kind of missing rivalries like we used to have? I left one out, the Nationals and the Padres. This thing is red hot with everything going on right now. How about the last couple of nights out there?
Look, here's the thing. Jurickson Profar is not a rookie, okay? But if be a pro. Just be a pro. You get a game-winning hit, be a pro. Okay? Don't do any of the, running in front of the Nats dugout and pointing at them and things of that nature. And, look, they're going to walk a quality hitter. Why would you pitch to a really good hot hitter analytically to pitch to a guy that you're going to do that every time? Every manager in baseball is going to do that. Okay, great. You got a hit. That's fine. Be a pro. And too much of what's happening in our game, and I'm talking about all of our games now, it's not just baseball, It's everything. There's the celebration is great. That initial celebration, I got no problem with that. The guy that throws the bat 50 feet in the air and overdoes it, I have a problem with that. The guy that runs around and points at the other team's dugout, like you just won the World Series when it's June. I don't have much respect for that. And that's what the Nationals basically, K-Bet Ruiz, when he came to the plate last night, when Profar came to play, Ruiz told him, man, hey, man, be a pro. And when you get to that level, because you know what? And look, all you have to do, I mean, I umpire sports locally here, referee basketball too, and I see it in the young people. My daughter's a high school softball player. I see it in the young people. They see what the older players do. They see what the pros do. They see what the collegiate players do. And if you act like a fool, guess what? Well, those kids are going to see that. Now we got kids at the high school level. We got guys throwing bats and hitting umpires with the bat because they threw the bat and things of that nature. Because they're just – when you watch some of the stuff that's going on at the high school baseball level right now, even some of the perfect game stuff. I mean, come on, man, be a pro. And I was doing a lacrosse event today where a lot of college lacrosse coaches are at, and they talk about it all the time. Coaches talk about it all the time. How you conduct yourself out there and your parents conduct themselves. This is one of the biggest things going on in basketball right now because you got kids out there that act a fool and their parents act even more foolish in the crowd.
Yeah.
You got some schools that are skipping out on kids because they're like, I don't want to deal with that headache. And because we've got a lot of that going on out there. And at some point, you hope it comes back. Like my daughter's team won a softball tournament this weekend. Normally, in almost every tournament, the first and second place teams take a picture together at the end. Well, this team didn't want any part of taking the picture as the second place team. It's a youth softball tournament. The kids are 15, 16 years old. It's not like we're playing for $1 million and a case of Michelob Light. So it's unbelievable what we're seeing out there. And you just want people to act like they've been there before. And that's why I think the Nationals took exception to it. And obviously things escalated from there. I think this afternoon's game, which is just underway, is going to be interesting to see as well.
Pete, let me ask you about Mackenzie Gore from right down the road here in Eastern North Carolina. Was an East Carolina commit before being a high draft pick of the Padres, now a Nat. And I know he gave a few last night, including a pretty emotional bomb to Manny Machado. But how's the lefty doing with the Nats, Mackenzie Gore?
First, love him as a competitor, love him as a pitcher. Going to be top end of the rotation guy. I don't think there's any question about that. For us here in Washington, as I get to broadcast a lot of their games, either in the post game or filling in for Dave Jagler. Look, I mean, he has stuff. He's got big league stuff, and he's got top end of the rotation stuff. Like any young pitcher, there are going to be moments that right now challenge him when he is his own worst enemy. That's the biggest thing. But it's his competitiveness that's his own worst enemy. If anything, that's something that you can deal with. You'd rather the guy that be over competitive and, instead of a guy that doesn't care. The one thing you can say about Mackenzie cares about performance. There's no question about that. And he's got the goods. He's shown plenty out there so far this year. He's a good dude in the clubhouse. And, I can't wait to see what he accomplishes. For this team going forward, because he's going to be a mainstay of what I think is going to be a really good team, particularly in 25. Wood will definitely be here by then, if not sooner. Cruz is probably on track to be here next year. He's really hitting the ball well at AAA right now. So I think Mackenzie's going to have some friends that are going to join him that are going to really make them a really competitive team in what's already a very competitive division with the Phillies and the Braves. Yeah. And, the Braves are, managing to stay afloat despite some serious injuries right now in their pitching staff. So, the Nats are right now lingering in the wild card area. Hey, if somehow you make it, great. But at least you're setting the tone already for next year that when you get some more reinforcements that you're going to be a pretty solid club. And Mackenzie, I think, is going to be one of the guys that benefits from that.
Pete Medhurst joining us, play-by-play voice for the Midshipmen, also with the Nats Radio Network, Ravens Radio Network, does it all up there, the racetrack. You can find Pete. I like to throw out a Washington Commanders question to you, Pete, just because you're up in the area. And I'll see my buddy Steve at Trivia tonight. I know he'll say something about the Commanders off season. Last time I talked to my dad, he said, "Hey, I heard Jaden Daniels is looking good." Like I have avoided it. I don't think I'm ready to get emotionally attached at this point in the calendar year, Pete. I'll wait till September maybe. But you hearing anything good, bad, or indifferent about the Commanders right now up there?
So, I mean, look, here's small world. Dan Quinn, their head coach. I broadcasted a year of his football at Salisbury when I was down on the Eastern Shore. It's my first radio job. I was down on the Eastern Shore of Maryland for the first 5 years, and Quinn was playing football at Salisbury at the time. And look, I think just by having Dan Quinn there and a new staff, they're going to be better. So far, the early returns on Daniels are on point. And look, everything, you saw the progression of him. I mean, even go back to what he showed you in the brief time at Arizona State, that early year when there was a lot of pressure on him to be good there. Herm Edwards and that group had a lot of expectations on him, and he played good football as a freshman. And you've seen that progression slowly. And if you can play football for Brian Kelly, and I think playing for Brian the last 2 years is one of the best things that could have ever happened to him, because you have to have a mental toughness to play for Brian Kelly. If you're going to play and succeed in the National Football League, especially at that position, you've got to have a mental toughness. And I think playing for Brian is one of the best things that could have ever happened to him, and you saw him improve as a player, more importantly, as well. And I think ultimately how they protect him is going to determine how well he and they do. That's the biggest question.
Yeah.
That's not really something you're going to see probably until the regular season. You'll see him play probably some brief exhibition time, I would imagine, but not much. But when the lights are on, will their offensive line be good enough to protect him? Because I believe Jaden's got the requisite skills to play in the National Football League. Very sharp, very sharp kid, and ran stuff that Brian Kelly likes to run, which is not the easiest in the world. We've seen a lot of quarterbacks struggle with it, but obviously Jaden was able to be very successful with it and win a Heisman Trophy doing it. So really excited to see how they progress and how it works out. So we'll see.
And Pete, another Pirate connection here with you now in the Mid-Atlantic, hoping that Keaton Mitchell can get back healthy and running, because we saw the flashes, and we saw more than flashes of what we saw here at East Carolina, a few games with the Ravens last year. And they're making it sound like maybe he won't be there to start the season, but at some point, hopefully, we can see that speed again for Baltimore.
I was running around training camp at Ravens last year telling people this guy is going to not only make the team, but he is going to make an impact. You just wait and see. And sure enough, the young fella was more than making an impact at the time of his injury. And you could argue that one element that he brought that they didn't have maybe ultimately cost them in the Chiefs game, because they didn't really have that element to go to. But that's a guy that can make a big play from 70 yards away, from 60 yards away. He can take the ball and give you the big play. Kind of like, what Kansas City used to always get out of Tyreek Hill. They weren't always the greatest offensive team, but when Tyreek Hill can all of a sudden take a ball 60 yards in a blink of an eye, he can bail you out and make a big play. And in that game against the Chiefs, that was one game where Lamar needed some help. He needed somebody to make a big play for him, and they didn't really have that element because of Mitchell not being available. So I was so happy for the young man, because obviously I got to watch him play a lot at East Carolina. I'm always going to, tout kids that I see that play good football in the American to at least get a chance at the next level. You don't have to have the big brand name, of Alabama and Georgia. It certainly helps you, but there are a lot of other great kids in our league every year that play really good football. And to see what he was able to do, and make me look good when I told everybody he was going to make an impact. I hope he's able to get back healthy and make an impact for this team, because not only is he a good player, but he's a great kid, as you all know. I mean, he's so easy to root for, and hopefully he's able to get back healthy and get going again for this team.
Pete, it happens every time. I say, hey, man, can we chat with you for 15 minutes? And we go 30 plus. So I apologize for that once again. We just get rolling. But always enjoy talking with you, man. Have a great rest of your summer. And we'll catch up during the football season and talk more Navy, East Carolina.
You got it, pal. Always glad to do it.
Thank you, man. There is Pete Medhurst. Does it all up there in the Mid-Atlantic with the Ravens, with the Nats, of course, with Navy football. And some good words for your Nats there, Chandler. If not this year, some reason for hope in Washington right now. So there you go.
Yeah, hovering around 500. Unfortunately, back-to-back losses to the Padres. What a weird start to the game last night.
Yeah.
As there was a benches clearing situation in the bottom of the first. Keibert Ruiz went up to Jurickson Profar and had some choice words for him. Then Mackenzie Gore hits him on his back foot, which I don't think was intentional. Mike Schilt, who was in Greenville for a hot stove event that I went to, chewed out the umpire, thinking that Mackenzie Gore. He was arguing that Mackenzie Gore should have been tossed. He gets tossed. Manny Machado goes up the very next batter, hits a 2-run bomb.
Which is the best thing you can do. Screw all the bench clearing, screw the throwing it, guys. When you hit a home run, that's how you win the war, win the battle. And they won the battle there and won the game, as you said.
Yeah, first pitch today is set for 4:10, so Eastern time. So hopefully can finish.
Do you know what time it is?
Huh?
It's 4:35.
Oh, so we're playing right now.
Yeah. All
right. So,
yeah,
I lost track of time there. But hopefully we can get a win for the last game of the series. Then we play Tampa Bay this weekend. We're in the hunt for the wild card, so only just maybe a game and a half, 2 games back.
All right. Not only is the game started, the Nats are already losing.
All right.
So there you go. 2-0. Let's take a break. We'll come back. More to go. Hour 2, Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. We'll be with you after this.
Yo ho ho, Pirate Patriots! It's Lindsay Gray with Carolina Caliber. Time to hoist the colors of the land of the free and the home of the brave. We're celebrating independence now through August 15th with FN Firearms. Take advantage on low prices of FN 510s, 545s, and SCAR 15s with factory rebates up to $500. Plus, with every FN purchase will come free FN gear. With the largest selection of firearms and accessories in Eastern NC, our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to lead you to the perfect treasure. Shop online or stop on by Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
Pirate Water Wicked Tea is here. Set sail for the next Pirate Water adventure. Barstool's best drink is back with delicious Wicked Tea. A strong, smooth, uncarbonated brew flavor with hints of lemon. It's the toughest tea to take on the high seas. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find the new Pirate Water Wicked Tea in a location near you.
We're going plankton!
21 and older, please drink responsibly.
Make this the summer for savings at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Greenville. This just in, all new vehicles are going to be sold for well below factory invoice. Save up to $12,000 on all remaining 2024 Ram 1500s and save up to $14,000 on selected Ram 2500s. But there's even more. Save up to $8,000 on a 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee in June. Or lease the 24 Grand Cherokee for only $389 a month. Plus, the Icon is back and ready for those summer trips. The 2024 Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer have the room and luxury for the entire family. Save up to $13,000 on select Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer models this month.
East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, across from the Cockerel in Greenville. Come see us!
Jeep lease is 42 months, 10,000 miles a year with $29.99 due at signing. Offers do not include tax, tags, and $7.99 admin fee. See dealer for details.
Shop new and used at EastCarolinaChryslerDodge.com.
Give me that ooey gooey, crispy, crunchy, mouth watering. Give me that creamy, dreamy, meaty, topping, pepperoni popping. Give me that crispy Kobe bone, Papa John's. Better get you some. Try the trio before it's gone.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates.
I'm Jimmy. I've been with U.S. Cellular for years now, so they asked me to announce their special customer event, Us Days. I said, I get nervous. Maybe we recorded somewhere relaxing like a hot tub. Us Days. Exclusive offers like $1,200 off any phone plus $300 off any tablet. Which I need because I just dropped mine.
Us Days at U.S. Cellular. Get $1,200 off any phone plus $300 off any tablet. Terms apply. Actor Portrayal.
In this new world of having everything delivered to your home or office, why wouldn't you start using Cellular Warehouse for all of your cellular deliveries? Toby Williams and his team are in the business of delivering phones and tablets every day to customers, which enables you to take the hassle out of visiting a store. The best thing about this great service is that it's free. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051. That's 252-799-7051, and let his team make your wireless experience fast and easy. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Jacob Jiggins Cowart, and the best place to go for custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items is University Sportswear. University Sportswear hit a home run for me when I needed my custom t-shirts. From start to finish, University Sportswear provided superior customer service and a quality product that cannot be beat. If your business, organization, or event needs t-shirts or promotional help, then you need University Sportswear. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. Go Pirates!
Wings Over has always been a great go-to for dinner or a late-night snack, and it still is. But did you know you don't have to wait for dinner to get Wings Over? That's right. Wings Over Greenville is now open for lunch 7 days a week. Get Wings Over for lunch and have it delivered right to the office. Wings Over also caters so everyone at work can enjoy. Wings Over Greenville has over 20 flavors to choose from, including the limited edition Cajun garlic flavor. Order today by going online at wingsover.com or by calling 758-9464. Wings Over, they deliver.
Pirate Radio.
We're not afraid of nobody.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Down on Main Street, Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go. Join Down on Main Street every Wednesday for half-price wings from 4 p.m. to close. Now, back to the show.
Well, that would help if I turned that on. Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? We'll keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. University Sportswear, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. And Bud Light reminds Pirate fans to always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. We will quickly head back out to the Pirate Radio Live line, talk to former ECU QB, host of the Holton Ahlers Show. He is Holton Ahlers joining us here on a Wednesday. Holt, how you doing, man?
Doing good, Cliff. Hope you are.
Yes, sir. Doing great, and really enjoying all the football chats we've had here on Pirate Radio Live today. Talking to Roy Tesh and, getting to know him a little bit and also talk about the guys he's coaching on the defensive line. He's got some studs at the tackle position. Holden, when I talk to the players and ask what coach gives the best chew outs, what coach will cuss you out the most, Roy Tesh's name is always at the top of the list. So, and they follow that up with they love the guy. So it's a love-hate with a football coach, as you can probably relate to. But I'll ask you, Holt, who gave you the biggest ass chewings out there on the practice fields?
Coach Houston gave me a few, but me and Donnie went back and forth quite a few times. So probably Donnie, but that's how our relationship was, he would go at me, I would go at him, and then we'd hug it out after and figure it out what we need to do to get better. So probably Donnie, but Coach Houston laid into me a couple times as well.
Just curious, because we'll talk to Coach Nate Connor here in a little bit to preview some high school football. Did you have that same relationship with Nate Connor when you were at Conley?
Oh, absolutely. Me and Donnie and me and Coach Connor kind of had a similar relationship in that, they knew we all wanted the same thing, and we were all fiery people. And it was just one of those relationships where, look, we both would get heated sometimes and go at each other. And then, like I said, we'd hug it out at the end and love on each other and, figure it out. But that's just any great coach and any, great player can do that and can be open and can be themselves. And that's, Donnie and, Coach Houston and Coach Connor all let me kind of be myself and unapologetically, and they were themselves too, which I think is why the relationship was so great.
I'm assuming Tesh never chewed you out personally, but were you witness to some of those on the practice fields?
Oh, quite a few.
Also, your name came up because I did reference Blake Harrell from last year. Holton, we were talking about the great defensive performances, but just couldn't score enough points. And I asked Blake about it, and he said, look, Holton and Keaton Mitchell and Donnie bailed us out of a lot of games in the past, so I can't be mad about it. And then Tesh echoed that and talked about the previous year, how the offense would bail out the defense every now and then. So it does go both ways. And I do know the defense was frustrated last year, but hopefully that won't happen again this year.
Yeah, I mean, any great football team, you got to have, if your offense ain't playing good, your defense needs to be, and if your defense ain't, your offense needs to be, and your special teams need to be playing good all the time, which we figured out my senior year, my fifth year. It's just one of those things where if you have a great team and then time's up to where, they, coerce each other and kind of go, in balance, but sometimes you have rough years where it's unbalanced and you can't help it, kind of like defense was last year. So I would see more. I mean, we talked to Coach Houston yesterday on the podcast, and he talked about we're going to see a different type of balance from ECU in that both sides of the ball are just attacking, playing aggressive on both sides, which you really haven't seen in a really long time, maybe ever at ECU, the aggressiveness that we're going to be attacking on both sides of the ball. So I'm excited to watch it. I mean, talking to him, it got me pumped up and talk about some of the guys. So I'm ready to roll.
Looking forward to that episode dropping on Thursday. Holton Ahlers with his former head coach, Mike Houston. And I spoke with you briefly yesterday, Holton, and I don't know. I sensed a little bit of a different attitude from Mike Houston. Maybe it was a confidence when we talked to him a few weeks ago. You've been around him a lot. What did you think of his temperament during the interview? Did that give you some confidence heading into the year, just kind of the way he's acting right now?
Oh, 100%. I mean, look, he thinks this offense is going to be good, and he has high expectations for it. So, and he expressed that in the interview. He expressed that to me, off camera and off mic. But he has confidence that this thing's going to roll. So, I mean, he said yesterday they fully should expect to be competing for a conference championship. So, coming off a 2-10 season, I mean, if your coach really fully believes in that, it's high expectations. But that's what ECU believes in, especially in this conference now.
Holton Ahlers joining us. Holton, I guess we're at the player-led OTA portion of the football calendar. How much do you miss this time of year? It seems like kind of a double-edged sword. You've got that Eastern North Carolina heat, but you're throwing to your receivers. I think back to when Isaiah Winstead came in, and I know you guys did a lot of personal work outside of practice. So now's the time to get that kind of stuff in, right?
Oh, 100%. Every time the year is good when you're playing football, but summer's just something about summer, and you make a lot of memories, especially when you're done playing. You look back. I mean, when the coaches are around, you can only do so much. You can only control so much. But, the great teams are when you can get players out there, you can get the whole team out there and pretty much practice, without the coaches. And then, look, the fun times were, hanging out after playing, I don't even remember the name of the game, but just sitting out there playing like soccer on the practice field until 9 o'clock at night with Snead and Blake and some of those guys. So, like, the good times are just hanging out on the football field, maybe not even playing ball after in the summer when it's pretty out. So, hopefully those guys are doing it because, they'll cherish that kind of when they're done.
Holton Ahlers joining us. Holton, you missed out on a trip to the Big House by one game. You missed a trip to Death Valley by about 7 years. Played in a lot of cool games, big games, great environments. But what did you think of the Clemson news that came out last week?
I'm thrilled. I mean, look, they're a local, bigger team. I've been very vocal about playing big-time opponents and not shying away from that. I mean, I've said, our schedule's weak and got a lot of feedback from it. I'm standing by it. It is weak, and I even told Coach Houston that yesterday, and he knows that.
Yeah.
And that's why he's so confident, too. So, I'm all for let's go back to being the old-school East Carolina football where you go play whoever wants to play you, no matter where it's at, and just go beat them. And that's what I'm excited for, and, hopefully we can get back to that and get back to scheduling games like that.
Holton Ahlers joining us. Holton, this is more of a John Gilbert conversation and question, but you seem to have some pull, so maybe you can get in his ear. But I know he has said he's not for the 2-for-1. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to get a team to play in your venue. So I don't know if that mindset will change, but it sounds like Gilbert does not want to do those. He'll do a bye game every now and then, as we saw with Michigan last year and Clemson coming up in 29. But really, I guess, is trying his best to schedule, home and homes with regional teams. But I don't know. Sometimes I wish he'd bite the bullet and get a 2-for-1. Get Virginia or Georgia Tech here for a game. If you got to go there twice, so be it. Like you said, anywhere, anytime. Let's just go beat them wherever.
I mean, yeah, I wish we would do it more. I mean, if you look at it, like, even the years we played South Carolina away, look, that's a tough place to play. But you go in there and win that game, for one, that's huge. Second of all, they're going to pay you. And third of all, ECU fans are going to travel to that, and that's a cool experience for the players.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I see it as that. I see it as old school. Let's go play them. If we can get them in our house once, you better beat them then, and then, go play them elsewhere. But I would have loved to play at South Carolina. We played them at home, but that was part of a schedule prior, I think, to John Gilbert. But, I think that's cool for the players. It's cool. I mean, look, we're playing at Rice right now with 5,000 people in the fans. Let's play in cool environments. And, you go talk to those kids who played in Michigan last year, and look, I mean, I don't know if I'm a huge fan of that aspect of it, but if you could get a 2-for-1, but if you go talk to those kids that played at Michigan last year, I mean, they'll talk about that for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm for the 2-and-1. I wish, John Gilbert would be, but I understand his aspect of it too.
There's financials, there's reasons for everything, but selfishly, we want to play the best and we want to get them here. We just know that is difficult to do and seemingly getting more and more difficult to do. Holton Ahlers joining us, Pirate Radio Live Line. Really enjoying this talking football and just again great guys on this East Carolina team, Holton, and it's got me fired up. I'm trying not to, after a 2-10 year, get too excited. You know what I'm saying? And also sell false hope to the people listening to this show, but I am optimistic, and sounds like you're starting to feel the same way.
No, I am. I mean, I think the win total right now is at 5.5 or 6. I mean, I'm going to take the over. I believe in them. I mean, like I said, I think a mediocre team in this conference could still play really well and still win 7-8 games. So, I mean, we'll see how it is. I know I'm kind of trashing the conference a little bit, but there's really not a top dog in it right now. Look, Tulane's got a new coach. They got a new quarterback. Memphis seems to be the team to beat. Obviously, they got a lot of returning, got a lot of NIL money, which we dove into with Coach Houston. But, ECU, there's no reason we shouldn't go and take the conference, and that's what it is up in the air right now. So I'm excited, and hopefully we can do that.
Holton Ahlers joining us. I kind of buried the lead. You may disagree with me, Holton. This is the best part of the NBA season, the off season. If I had a good team to root for, maybe I'd feel different. But a big move last night as Mikal Bridges joins the Villanova Knicks. So how excited were you to see that deal?
Oh, I am thrilled. I went around screaming in the house. I'm pumped, and I don't think we're done yet. I think we're gonna get OG Anunoby for $34 million a year. We're probably gonna get rid of Mitchell Robinson to hopefully create some space for Isaiah Hartenstein. But we're gonna keep one of the two centers that are both really, really good. So I don't think we're done. I really don't. I can see us making a trade and going to get someone else. So I'm hearing some Paul George rumblings, and we'll see. We'll see.
The NBA offseason is so crazy. We're going to see. We saw Kevin Durant's name just kind of – it wasn't even a Woj bomb. It was like a little missile he snuck in that the Rockets are trying to trade for him every offseason. I mean, you see it with the NFL a little bit more than you used to with big names going elsewhere, but nothing like the NBA. Anything could happen.
Well, in the NBA, too, I mean, you get one guy and he can come in and change the whole course of a season.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's cool about the NBA is there's 5 guys on the court, where it's football. I mean, you got a quarterback that can really change it, but other than that, it ain't going to change too much.
Holton Ahlers joining us, Pirate Radio Live Line. We talked to Rich Shea yesterday, Holton. He's the president of Major League Eating. He'll be putting on the Coney Island event next week, Nathan's Hot Dog Contest. And he did leave it. I'm starting to think this is like wrestling, Holton. He didn't say Joey Chestnut was not going to be there. He said he hopes that something can happen where Joey Chestnut can be there at the event. So either they're leaving it open so people will tune in to see if he's there, or it'll be like wrestling and his music will hit and he'll come out and interfere. I'm starting to think it's all wrestling. But first of all, are you into the hot dog eating contest every July 4th? Do you watch it?
Oh, I am, yeah. So I didn't know Joey Chestnut was up in there. It seems like one of those things you don't plan to watch, and he's pop on the TV, and Joey Chestnut's just hammered. But yeah, I mean, I didn't know he was up in the air, so I'm sure he'll end up being there, almost like a dang Royal Rumble type stuff.
Right? Yeah. He'll come in last minute. Holton, if you were entered into an eating contest, what food would you pick? What food do you think you could eat a lot of in a short amount of time?
Pizza for sure.
Okay. Man, you're still young enough where you don't get that heartburn, I guess. So enjoy it while you can. Holton Ahlers joining us, Pirate Radio Live Line. Give us a tease, Holton. What are some of the question or two you asked Coach Houston that people will be interested in on Thursday?
Yeah, I mean, I just straight up asked him if he felt like he was on the hot seat, if he felt like he was feeling the pressure from John Gilbert. Then I also asked what the heck happened last year with the quarterback situation. Why didn't he go get a transfer? So we had some hard questions for him, but he was great as always.
Awesome, man. Looking forward to that. Keep up the good work, Holt, and we'll talk to you again soon. Have a good July 4th week. We'll talk to you again in a couple of weeks, Holt.
Yes, sir. See you, Clip.
There is East Carolina former QB Holton Ahlers, host of the Holton Ahlers Show. Mike Houston, his guest, coming up Thursday on the podcast and at Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. We'll take a break, come back, wrap up hour number 2 when we return after this.
Yard Gnomes Baseball is here. The Greenville Yard Gnomes offer summer fun with your family and friends at an affordable price. Catch every game at historic Guy Smith Stadium and enjoy great food from area food trucks, cold beverages, and exciting baseball action. Single game tickets start as low as $10 and mini plans as low as $48. Visit yardgnomesbaseball.com to get your tickets and Yard Gnome swag. Come out and hang with your Gnomies this summer with the Greenville Yard Gnomes.
Rock Icons, the Little River Band is coming to Weldon Mills Theater, Eastern North Carolina's best entertainment venue, on July 13th. Conveniently located just off I-95 in Roanoke Rapids, Weldon Mills Theater offers a hassle-free entertainment experience with free parking, wallet-friendly concessions, and a cozy atmosphere. With comfortable seating throughout the venue, there isn't a bad seat in the house. Join Weldon Mills Theater for a memorable event where you can relax and make lasting memories. Get your tickets for the Little River Band on July 13th at WeldonMillsTheater.com.
Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go is Down on Main Street. Down on Main Street's famous weekday lunch specials are only $7.99. Stop by for the house salad with grilled chicken, the half club sandwich with chips, or everyone's favorite, the fried shrimp plate. After work, Down on Main Street is the perfect spot for dinner and a drink on the patio. Join Down on Main Street every Wednesday for half-price wings from 4 to close. Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
This is your What's New update, brought to you by the new Greenville Auto World. What's new? The new Greenville Auto World has new owners, a state-of-the-art service repair facility that can help you with tires, state inspection, AC repair, and more. Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle and offers great monthly oil change specials. What's new? You making a service appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World, Highway 43 across from the Speedway of Bells Fork. Pirates supporting pirates.
Worth Chiropractic and his team are offering a new patient special only at the new location. Come see them at this fantastic facility. A visit to our new location gets you a free consult, complete exam, digital x-rays, and more for only $29. Our amazing new patient $29 deal is only available at the new location, Worth Chiropractic West, 2100 West Arlington Boulevard, offering the same safe, no surgery, drug-free treatment, convenient, comfortable, and cost-effective.
Familia is your go-to spot for the best Italian dishes around, including pizzas, pastas, salads, and homemade desserts. And now Familia has BOGO specials. That's right, whether it's dine-in or takeout, you can get buy one, get one spaghetti and meatballs on Tuesdays, lasagna on Wednesdays, and baked ziti on Thursdays. As always, Familia has their weekly Pizza of the Week special for just $14. So go ahead and place your order online or call 689-6330, and Familia will have your order ready in their drive-thru window for pickup. Familia on Fire Tower Road in Winterville near Pitt Community College. Go Pirates!
We all have seniors in our life who may need a little extra help with technology. University PC Care's Quick Helps are affordable, in-store, short appointments designed for seniors who may need a little TLC to help with setting up a new computer, help with email or passwords, or help with the latest online scam. They don't need to fear technology anymore. Call 252-558-1280 to schedule an in-store Quick Helps appointment for Greenville or New Bern. Learn more at universitypccare.com.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
This is Chandler Honeycutt from Pirate Radio Live, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Let's do it. Now I'm dedicating this song to every street fan who's been there since our first song, to those new people.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Down on Main Street, Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go. Join Down on Main Street every Wednesday for half-price wings from 4 p.m. to close. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese, biscuits, and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart filling you up with great foods and your engines with great gasoline. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, time to get a break. Got to do a quick segment here. Went a little long with Pete Medhurst, so we are off a break. I'll give you something in this segment. How about a Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard update presented by Da Buck?
Da Buck.
Marcelo Zuna from the Braves hits it high, but not far, and the inning is over. We head to the half inning anyway. We head to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Atlanta 6, St. Louis 2 in Game 1 of a doubleheader. The A's have a 1-0 lead over the Angels. It is Padres 2, Nationals 0. And already a lot of finals on this getaway day, Wednesday. Seattle 5-2 win over Tampa. It was the Phillies 6, Tigers 2. Pittsburgh over Cincinnati 6-1. 7-1 the final as the Astros beat the Rockies. The Royals beat the Marlins 5-1. And the Brew Crew win in 10 innings over the Rangers 6-5. That final score. Chandler, shame on me. Bad sports fan. Kind of more of a sign of my interest in this and everything, but do you know what's coming up tonight? Sports Trivia at AJ's, yeah. Do you know what else? You know what'll be on?
The NBA draft is tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought it was tomorrow night. Maybe I'm wrong.
I
thought it was tomorrow night.
Yeah, it usually is a Thursday night, right? The NBA draft is Wednesday, June the 6th, and Thursday, June 27th.
All right, who the Hornets going to get?
Makalaka.
Makalaka.
Yeah, I don't know.
Makalaka.
I'm sure he'll suck.
Yeah.
Sorry. Is that wrong to say?
I guess.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that. Maybe he'll be good.
By the way, speaking of the Hornets, you have something to do tonight, 8 o'clock, but when you get home from trivia, there's about a 30-minute video of Charles Lee's introductory press conference.
God, I got so much on my plate, Chandler. Chicken and waffles are on my plate. I'm not watching that. I will never.
I'm not watching that.
Now, I know, Shirley, take us to break, that you don't say never because it just comes back to haunt you. You end up lying. But I will never watch that press conference. Ever. If you find me watching that press conference, something's wrong. I have been kidnapped. My eyes have been taped open, and I'm being forced to watch it.
Yeah, have y'all seen the meme of the Dahmer series, and he's pointing the knife at the TV? Just put my head on that. And then maybe the introductory press conference on that TV.
You're a big press conference guy.
I love a press conference.
You love them. Did you watch it?
Only for my teams, and when it's like I'm not going to watch a weekly press conference.
Did you watch it?
Not yet, but I was going to watch it before trivia tonight.
All right.
It's only 30 minutes.
You can give me a quick bullet point presentation on what he said.
Okay.
I'm sure it's going to be groundbreaking. Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Roy Tesh joins us. When we return, we'll talk defensive tackles and more after this.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. It's a great time to buy a used vehicle.
It's not a great time, it's a perfect time to buy a used car from Brown & Wood. We have over 115 used vehicles in stock, and we're number one in the market on price. We have limited lifetime powertrain on all of our used cars under 80,000 miles, so go to brownandwoodauto.com to find out more. 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
America's favorite light beer, Bud Light, is also the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times at the pool, river, beach, or backyard grilling, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there is fun, because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Have fun this summer, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers does real burgers better than anybody. And don't forget about the cheese sticks, fresh salads, and more. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers. Burgers and sports at its best.
Go Pirates! Arrgh!
Save a load on a new John Deere compact utility tractor and loader from Quality Equipment. It's never been easier to get the best brand on the market at an unbeatable cash price or with great financing at our lowest ever monthly payment. Now is the time to get that tractor package you've been dreaming of to get your next job done right. Stop by one of our 36 locations in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia, or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
The Parks and Recreation Trust Fund has supported local recreation, North Carolina state parks, and coastal access through grant funding since 1994. This allows our beautiful state parks to maintain the quality that you've come to love. Enjoy all the outdoors has to offer, like hiking, beautiful scenery, and sunsets by the campfire. Visit ncparks.gov for the latest information and a calendar of events. Thank you, North Carolina, for your continued support for the last 30 years.
Hey Pirate Nation, be sure to have the best and comfortable shoes with a stop at Fleet Feet. This is ECU alum Chris Lunyon, owner of Fleet Feet of Greenville, and we provide solutions through one-on-one service to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Come visit us at 207 East Arlington Boulevard in the old Gordon's Golf location. Fleet Feet, we run for you.
Hi, this is Christy Conway with ENC Pirate Realty Allen Tate here in Greenville. We are growing and seeking buyers agents and experienced listing agents for our growing team. We are one of the most successful, hardworking, and knowledgeable real estate teams in the Greenville area, selling over $100 million in the past 2 years. We are looking for more real estate professionals who are hardworking and have a passion to help individuals with their real estate goals. Please visit encpiraterealty.com/new agent. Go Pirates!
The Holton Ahlers Show.
CJ Johnson joins us.
You know, Coach Connor is one of them coaches that he'll go out there and do it with you. Remember that story when Quay Bridges, when Coach Connor was playing scout team quarterback and Quay levels him and Coach Connor has no pads on or anything. But that's the kind of like connection we have with him. Like we still have with him to this day. We can tackle him and he'll get up and won't be no love lost there. You feel me? You can't do that with every coach.
The Holton Ahlers Show, Thursdays and Fridays at 6, right here on Pirate Radio. This is Pirate Radio. WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville. WDLX Washington, 930 at 104.1 FM Washington.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go is down on Main Street. Their famous weekday lunch specials are only $7.99. You can stop by for the house salad with grilled chicken, the half club sandwich with chips, or everyone's favorite, the fried shrimp plate. And it's the perfect spot for dinner and drinks on the patio. You can join down on Main every Wednesday for half-price wings from 4 p.m. to close. down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Oh, my goodness. I feel so much better now. I am not crazy. I'm still a little concerned about my brain, but I just saw during the break. So earlier in the show, I said Patrick Mason wouldn't be here because he sent me a picture of him in the water, in the ocean.
Right.
And to which I then went to show y'all and look at my phone, and there was no such text message. And at that point, I thought about calling 911 and saying something's wrong with me. I don't know what's going on. And then later, Chandler's like, Patrick Mason doesn't seem like a in the water guy. And I was like, you know what, Sean, you're right. What is going on? Did I dream this? If I start to confuse reality with my dreams, that's scary, man. Like, I worry about brain stuff. I worry about dementia and Alzheimer's. It's got to be the scariest thing when you kind of everybody else knows what's going on and you don't. That is legitimately a scary scenario. I feel so bad for people and families who go through that. So I'm on X. I see I got a DM from this Hornets group chat that I never. God, how do I get out of this thing?
You're supposed to be able to leave said chat.
Get me out of here. But then I look what's directly under that. A DM from Patrick Mason. I click on it, and boom, a picture of the water. What's up, man? I'm currently in the middle of the ocean. Won't be able to come on today. Vacation. I should be ready to rock and roll the rest of the summer.
The question is, does the picture include his jorts?
It is just water.
Oh.
It almost looks like a rain. Is that a rainbow at the end? On the horizon? That is beautiful. So here's what happened. I saw that message and that picture on my phone and just associated it with a text message. So I'm not completely crazy, right? I'm okay?
No.
All right.
I mean, I will look at something and be like on my phone, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, wait a minute. I know I saw it on my phone. So
what app? What? Yeah, where did you see it? Okay. All right. I feel
You're
much
not
better
the only
now.
one.
I'm good. So, yes, Pat, now I feel bad that I texted Patrick and said, are you coming in? Did you tell me you weren't coming in? He's going to think I'm crazy. But as long as he's the only one that thinks I'm crazy, that's okay. All right. Let's run that interview we did earlier today with Roy Tesh, because he's an entertaining guy. He joined A-Harp and I inside the Pirate Radio studios. Well, Shirley, let's hear it now. All right, back inside the Pirate Radio studios here on a Wednesday afternoon, talking Pirate football with Roy Tesh. So we'll talk about the defensive side of the ball, get to know Coach Tesh a little bit. But, Coach, we appreciate your time. How you doing today?
Doing well. Appreciate you guys having me in here.
Yeah, we just had, I guess, Mr. Energy on the offensive side, Dyrell Roberts, on the show on Tuesday, and I understand you bring quite a bit of energy on the defensive side.
I got to follow that up.
From what I've heard, you'll do a fine job with that. But, Coach, I don't know, kind of catch us up to where we are in this offseason, this period right now. Just finished the OTA portion with the coaches, correct? And now the players are kind of doing their own thing. But how have you seen the progress this offseason?
Right now that's exactly where we're at. The coaches are kind of stepping back a little bit, and the players are jumping in there, still continuing to do the things that they've been doing, but doing it a little bit more player-led as they go through. I think they've done a really good job of really stepping up to the plate, taking a leadership role. Every position seems to have guys that are stepping into that to be able to help them continue to hone their skills as we get closer to camp. So I think they're in a pretty good place right now, and they're going to continue to move forward.
You've got a group that has a lot of veterans there with the D-line, the defensive tackles. So do you have many worries about them getting their work in when you're not there?
I'm a coach. I worry about everything. It never ends, the worrying aspect of things. But it's great to have older guys in the room that have been through, listening to Surad and Deontay and Elijah talk. That would be the first thing they would tell you is we've been through a lot, so we've seen how to do things. We've seen how not to do things. So for them to be in there and helping lead some of the younger guys through OTAs and really through the game of football. I was joking around with them the other day. It was fun for me. I've got a recruit on campus the other day, and practice is over, and I stepped back out of the line to talk to that young man and answer any questions that he had out there. And I could hear my guys mimicking me and making fun of me behind my back over there. So to hear some of those things and then also have them go over and coach up some of the young kids like Sam Riddy. We've got guys trying to get him in a little bit better stance out there. Just the fact that they'll reach out and help each other just speaks to who they are as people and speak to where the room will go as it moves forward. I
was talking to you before we went on and just commending I guess you guys for bringing these players in, but some really cool people, nice people. I've enjoyed talking to them this summer, and some of those right there on your D-line with Deontay, and of course Elijah Morris. You said that you like seeing these guys kind of grow up as men, right? When you coach them for 3-4 years.
Yes, sir, and they've come a long way. I think we were joking around. Elijah was like talking to that wall over there when he first got here. Now he's a very, very outspoken young man, and it's great when you have guys like that who are doing things right as well, because players on the roster tend to gravitate to the guys that are having success, and when they're doing the right things, that makes your program grow. Also in recruiting those guys, I think that's one thing from a Mike Houston football program, character, right? Get to know the young man. What kind of young man is he? Because like-minded people achieve like-minded goals. If you want winners in your football program, then you've got to recruit them, and who better to know that than the players you already have here.
Roy Tesh joining us, Pirate Radio Studios. A-Harp here as well.
Yes, sir. Coach Tesh, the D-line is an experienced group, but are there any young guys that are sticking out to you right now through spring ball in the summertime?
Yes, sir. We've got some younger guys in that room that you might not have heard of, but really had a really good spring. Zion Wilson came back. He was a D lineman to start with, moonlighted as an offensive lineman over there, and we got the opportunity to get him back in the room and really had a good spring for us in there. We've got Preston Carr, who's been in the D-ends room and transitioned inside a little bit, who had a good spring. There's a couple of other young freshman guys. We've moved some other guys around in that position on defense too, because there's some similarity between what Coach Zachary coaches at defensive end, field end, and what we do at we call it boundary end half the time, but it's defensive tackle. Just the similarities in what they have to do there. So we've had some guys have some really, really high up bright spots, and they've got, like we talked about, just got done talking about, they've got really experienced older guys to learn from as well. It's going to be invaluable to them.
When you got a guy like Zion then you see the position changes all the time in college football, but how are those created? Is that coming from you and the position coaches? Is it the head coach? Is it the player sometimes? I guess it's a mixed bag.
Every case is different.
Yeah.
And for Zion, he flashed. He was with me to start with in the defensive tackles room, and he flashed being a good football player early. And so, there was an opportunity possibly to get him on the field faster. Right. So that's one scenario. It may be that you grow out of a position, or your body changes, because young guys, when you recruit them, you don't know what they're going to be. I get asked this question all the time recruiting: how big does he have to be? Big enough and be able to run. For a guy like Sam Riddy, who was 235 pounds when we were recruiting him, and now he's like 295. I mean, sometimes you just grow into a different position. So there's a million things that go into it. But you got to keep communication lines open, and Coach Houston's always trying to find a way to help the football team, right? What can we better do to help a guy get on the field earlier, but also to help the football team?
If you got a question for Coach Tesh, you can get it in on YouTube. Robert's got one. Are there specific pass or run techniques you teach, or is it more what techniques fit the ability of each player?
There are fundamentals. I worked for several really, really good head coaches throughout my career, and Coach Fred Goldsmith a long time ago told me fundamentals don't change. So there's certain things up front that we teach. We're a big hip explosion team when we're talking about defeating blocks and taking on blocks, and that's allowed us over the years to take a guy who may not be as big as the offensive lineman and be able to knock him back at the point of contact. So a little bit different. There's two avenues to it. Some people are big time 6-inch power steps and all that stuff. And we've always talked about hips and explosion at the line of scrimmage. Do a lot of run fundamentals first. If you can stop the run, then you can create opportunities to rush the passer. So it stops we've been throughout the years. That's been invaluable to us as well. So I would say, there's some similarities between us and some teams, but there's some big differences in what we teach, and we've had success doing it. Not that that's the way you have to do it, but it's worked for us over the years, and it fits our philosophy.
Coach, the defense has had a lot of success under Coach Blake Harrell, and you're a big part of that. How do you balance staying with what you guys have taught in the past that has worked for you while also kind of updating your schemes and your techniques for the upcoming season?
Blake Harrell's an innovator and probably one of the brightest young defensive coordinators in the country. And so to be able to be in a room with him is great. I think that we've all worked together, him, myself, and Coach Houston for a long time, so he understands what Coach Houston wants before he has to be told, and that's always – and I'm the same way with Coach Harrell. And we'll joke around a lot, too, as he's starting to branch out and do some of the unique things that we do. There used to be an old YouTube thing. It was this caveman. It was like, can you make this knife out of this rock or whatever? And he'd say, yeah. So now Coach Harrell will come in and say, can we do this? Yeah, we can do it. And once you teach you guys the fundamentals, there's a lot of things you can do. And the guys love getting in there with the captain of chaos and turning it loose.
Heard that name quite a bit this offseason.
Yeah, I'm not sure he likes it as much as we like it. But.
Roy Tesh joining us. Coach, I remember when Ruff and McNeil, Coach Ruff, got here in 2010. Lincoln Riley comes in to run the offense, and I looked at the coaches, and it said inside receivers coach and outside receivers coach. That was the first time I ever saw that. It's probably been going around a lot longer than that, especially with the Mike Leach tree and everything. But with defensive tackles specifically, and then there's another coach looking at ends, and then there's outside linebackers inside. Has that always been that way your entire career, where it gets specific like that, just coaching the tackles?
No, I've had all four up front. Now, I've coached a lot of things in my career. I've been a running backs coach in the triple option. I've coached linebackers, all of them across the board. I've coached the front. I was joking around with Jack Powers that I coached the secondary for about a week, and it doesn't fit my personality. But, it's evolved a little bit, and it helps at times. There's certain techniques that are unique to the defensive tackles. Mm-hmm. For example, we play a lot of two-gap stuff in our odd fronts, which the ends do not do. But the hand-down field end is going to be more similar to our guy in the boundary defensive tackle than the rush is, who's the stand-up guy. And Coach Zachary has both of those. So it allows us to really focus in on one position, but it also allows us to say, hey, let's send the end over here to work with you on this. And let me take the rush over here and work on pass drops.
Yeah, I was going to ask, because you always hear about offensive line communication. You need all those guys to be one. Same with your tackles and ends and everything too, right? So everything's got to come together.
Well, we tend to be good soldiers in the middle. Y'all tell us what to do, we'll do it.
What'd you say? You tell your guys one word, they kind of know what to do.
They'll figure it out from there. Give them a buzzword. They'll figure it out from there.
You've kind of touched on it, but just really a fun room. I guess headlined by Deontay Johnson, but a lot of smiles. I got a feeling just from stories I've heard, you can turn that smile upside down if you need to, maybe.
With Deontay?
Yeah.
Definitely. He smiles outside the lines and whistles, and when it's time to work, he works.
Yeah.
And that's really what you want. You want a young man who's going to be what he needs to be on the field, because football's an emotional game, and you got to play it with passion. But also to have a young man that is the way he is off of the field, is a magnetic personality. And when you do things right and people start tending to gravitate towards you, that's a great thing to have as a leadership guy. So and what you see is what you get. He's not any different. When you see him smiling, he's smiling. And when I see him frowning, he's frowning.
Alex told a story about getting chewed out by Steve Shankweiler years ago. And the funny part was Alex will never forget it. Steve Shankweiler doesn't even remember it happening, because he's had so many of those incidents. So we've asked guys, who's the biggest chewer outer on the team, and your name comes up top of the list quite a bit. So congratulations for that.
Well, yeah.
But Alex said that it's one of everybody respects you, and Alex, what did you say, that Coach Tesh will give you the biggest tongue lashing, but also he's your guy, right?
Yeah, you've been one of the biggest support guys off the field, and a guy that players have a lot of trust in and can talk to about off the field stuff. So a lot of guys have respect for you for that. So.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, but I respect them as players, and for them to show up to work every day and do what they do, that means a lot to us coaches, for those guys, because college football is not an easy deal. Right, there's things when all these guys tweet out "blessed to receive" and offer, they didn't know they were signing up for the study halls, the 6 a.m. weights, and having to be at your tip top every day when you come in, and though it's hard. and those guys push through it every day, and I appreciate them, and it means a little bit to hear that they appreciate me as well. So
yeah, and you've got to be a good communicator, I guess, and know how to handle, because you can't treat everybody the same too. I've talked to a lot of coaches about that. Everybody's an individual. So I'm sure you've gotten better at that over the years. Did that take a while, I guess, for you to connect with the players? You always had that?
Well, every player's different. You got to build a relationship with every player.
Each one, yeah.
And I've been blessed to be around some really good people, not only just coaches. I've been around guys who've been the National Coach of the Year, worked for a couple of them, but been around really good people. And to learn from those guys on a daily basis how to treat your players. There's been some times I get the coveted, explosive coach for a reason. And there's been some times where I've had a coach that I've been working for come over, put his arm around me and coach me up as well.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm just blessed to be a part of what we've got going on and the locker room culture that we have, and glad to be, attempting to hold up my end of it.
All right, Robert, getting in the weeds here. What percent do you use stunts and twists, or are you more hold your gap?
If you watch our tape, you would say base defense is running around like a chicken with your head cut off. So, no, we move a good bit up front. We'll play base defense. Situation dictates it. Obviously, call what Coach Harrell's trying to accomplish. We're just playing our role. There's a lot of things that go into why we're moving and why we're not. It meshes up with the back end more than anything else. But I would say if we had to put a percentage on it, we're moving most of the time.
Coach, you mentioned an offensive background in an option offense, and since this staff has arrived, the defense has looked great against Navy, and throw Army in the mix this year. If we could just score some points against them, we'd win some games here and there. But as far as, as that goes, how much does it help you being on the other side of that, knowing how to defend that option and tell your guys what to do?
I think it's obviously positives, understanding. Now, the thing you got to understand about the option is that those guys do a great job of running that offense, so they're always evolving as well. But having a baseline of it will help. The hardest thing when you're defending the option is mimicking and preparing for it. So you can know exactly what they're going to do for the most part and still have a hard time replicating it in practice. But to be around Coach Harrell, who's always thinking outside of the box and evolving as he defends everything, not just the option, is helpful as well. So I think, it helps, but fundamentals don't change, like Coach Goldsmith told me a long time ago, and you keep moving forward.
Mentioned mimicking that offense. Let's shout out the scout team, guys. Haven't done that in a while.
Always shout out to those guys. And they're some of the most unselfish people that you will ever be around. And it's hard not only to be the best player on your team in high school, because everybody here was.
Right.
And we forget that. Everybody here was the best player on their team in high school for the most part, or at least upper echelon, top 2, 3. But to come in and be able to jump into a role of helping, just help the team, right? Be a part of something bigger than myself, invaluable. And those guys, we try to help those guys and remind them every day, hey, look, what you're doing is awesome. So,
you've been with Coach Houston for a long time. Can you touch on your relationship with him and how you guys have built trust in each other over the years?
Yeah, we've been together so long I ran out of fingers. I can't remember how many years it was. We met a long time ago. Coach Houston was a high school coach at T.C. Robertson High School and took a job at Brevard College where I was the defensive line coach and he was the defensive coordinator, and we've kind of worked through from there. Here's the thing I tell you. He's got a really high winning percentage. He was a great defensive coordinator, a good safeties coach, and he's been a phenomenal guy between the lines and whistles. He's probably a better person off the field than he is a football coach, and that's saying a lot, right, for a man with a national championship ring in the box. So I think it's easier to function when you're working with people you trust. And I don't have a doubt that Coach Houston has the best intent for his players, for his coaches, and that comes from about 15, 16 years of just seeing it in person. So I think I'd consider him a friend, and obviously he's my boss. But when you have somebody like that you trust, it makes working for him a heck of a lot easier. That's for sure.
Roy Tesh joining us. Coach, I've commended all the players I've talked to and coaches as well about sticking together last year in a tough year, a bad year record-wise at 2-10, and a year where you feel like, I'll say it for myself, I felt like we had a defense that deserved to win 7-8 games last year, at least, the way they played. But from the outside looking in, everybody kind of stuck together. I think that's going to pay dividends moving forward. But how tough was it for you? I remember asking Coach Harrell about it at a press conference later in the year about, hey, man, if you could, just get another touchdown or two, y'all would win these games. And he said, how many times did Holton Ahlers and Keaton Mitchell and Donnie bail us out when we needed them to? So the team part of it really showed up last year. And hey, credit to you guys for sticking together. And, again, can that pay off this year that you went through that?
Well, I think from hard times come new beginnings and new opportunities. And I would agree 100% with Coach Harrell. There were times where, Holton Ahlers would just go bail us out of all kinds of problems. And I can name the games off the top of my head. It don't take me long to go fire away with them, and Keaton and those guys. And as a guy in the locker room, I think that you got to be a thumb pointer. You can't ever be a finger pointer. And what I mean by that is, we might have success, but we got to do more, right? What can we do to help get us where we need to be? And I think that's been the mindset in the offseason for all the young men in the locker room. Obviously, I work directly with the defensive front. That's been their mentality, but I really think that they're pushing forward, and that's spreading like wildfire through that locker room. I think it's always been there, but it's really, like you said, now you go through something tough, you want to get out of it. And so I think those guys have been motivated to do that this spring.
Alex, got any more football questions for Coach Tesh?
I think I'm good on football questions.
Robert says, one more. Do you guys have to be able to play multiple technique positions, or do you have one tech, three tech guys?
No, we play multiple.
Yeah.
So we're field and boundary-based defense. So that field end's got to play a 3 technique, 5 technique. Our nose guard has to play most of the time 0, A-gap, which is a shade or a 2-eye, a little bit of 2 technique, head up on the guard. The boundary end's got to play a lot. He's got to play in the A-gap, shade, 2-eye, true 2-gap, as a 2 technique, 3 technique off the edge, and has to play 5 technique as well. And then Coach Harrell will get a marker in his hand, and the next thing I know, it will be out. The nose guard will be in a 5 technique, and the boundary end will be out there in a B-gap on the same side. So, you've got to be multiple as you go through this, and we try to give them rules and then let those rules bleed into everything they do.
Well, Coach, when you get away from football, what do you enjoy doing? You got any hobbies?
Hobbies besides football. I love to fish, and I equate it to golfing. You'll hear guys talk about how good they are at golf, and they're not very good. You'll hear stories that I'm a good fisherman. Hey, I'll drown the hook with the best of them, right? But I don't know that I'm great at it, but I love to go do it.
Yeah. Have you and Coach Powell gone yet? I know
we have. And now Coach Powell is the opposite of what I just said. He is a phenomenal fisherman. I saw the man catch a fish. He set the hook on a bass, didn't reel the reel, and the bass wound up on the deck of the boat. I've never seen that before in my life. Never reeled it one time, just yanked it right out of the water on the deck.
I'm glad to hear that you guys actually caught fish, because I went with them, and it was a 3-hour boat ride. We didn't catch a single thing.
You're bad luck.
I guess
you're not coming with us.
Good deal. So you get a little bit of time off, in July, right?
Yep.
To recharge before it's full systems go. But it's year-round, man. I'll ask you, too, the portal, the NIL, all that stuff. You seem like you haven't lost your passion for coaching. Has it changed? How different is it now than 5-6 years ago?
But I think the thing that's made us successful, the brotherhood, the togetherness, is kind of the portal makes that hard, right? So to have what we have in the locker room makes that special. And for us to be able to get some guys out of the portal that fit the locker room makes that really special. And I think we've done a good job of that. I can speak intelligently about the one that I have in the room in Jaden McKenzie, and from Raleigh originally, and went to another school, came here, transferred in, and the guys the other day said it feels like he's been here the whole time. So a testament to that. The landscape is changing, and whether you like it or not, you've got to learn how to deal with it and evolve. So whatever that looks like moving forward, we'll continue to do that. And we joke around all the time in the D tackles room. Yeah, fun spelled W-I-N, right? So that's what we're going to be focused on, and that's where we're trying to push moving forward.
All right. Where are you from originally?
Mebane, North Carolina.
Okay.
if you run out of gas between Greensboro and Chapel Hill, that's where you're going to go.
That's where you go. Okay.
When I was they got an outlet mall now. When I was growing up, we didn't have that. That was a golf course.
I know it's tough for you coaches. I still remember asking Donnie Kirkpatrick when I first kind of got here at Pirate Radio and interviewing and stuff when he was on Skip's staff. I found out he was a Washington fan, Redskins fan. So I was like, hey, Coach, you see the game? And then I quickly realized he didn't have time to watch any games during the football season and hadn't watched the game since, like, Joe Theismann played or whatever. So are you a sports fan, a football fan?
Actually, a Redskins fan or Commanders or whatever we are now. We can't figure out what our mascot is. So when I was growing up, you didn't have the Panthers. You had
That's
Atlanta,
how it was.
You had Washington. And my grandfather would take the pilgrimage to RFK Stadium every year. And so I became a Washington fan.
Well, it's a good thing you can't watch them now. I wish I was in your shoes.
You know what? Sometimes it is. I watch more NFL tape from on our computer screens than I get to watch in person.
Good deal. Good deal. And always another hobby of yours is running, right? Or walking, jogging. I see you and Coach Harold.
I don't know if that's a hobby so much as it is a necessity. And
you guys are all over town, though.
You better run fast if you're going to keep up with Coach Harold now. He can move.
So is that like all the coaches, like you guys just collectively decide to do that, or is that like mandated from Coach Houston that all you guys work out? Because I see you guys running every single day and going to the gym. You might be the hardest working coaching staff in the country.
Well, it's not mandated, but it's probably encouraged. And if we're going to expect you guys to go flying around the practice field and play like your hair's on fire, then I've got to be able to keep up, right?
Right.
So I've got to go make sure that I'm somewhat in shape to be able to coach at the level that you guys are playing at. Now, there's also no windows in the defensive staff room, so we're trying to get out of the submarine, too. There's some of that.
The submarine. There you go. Well, Coach Tesh, we'll let you run. We appreciate you joining us today. Good luck this season. We'll catch up with you probably on Media Day, but have a good rest of your summer, and can't wait for the fall, man.
I appreciate you guys.
There is Roy Tesh joining myself and Alex Harper earlier today inside the Pirate Radio studios. Great to chat with him. Fun guy. We'll take a timeout, come back, have our Fleet Feet rundown when we return. Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday after this.
I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of dumb with her finger and a thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead.
Pestech wants to thank Pirate Nation for voting them the #1 pest control company in Eastern North Carolina. Pestech is a full-service pest control company offering a complete range of indoor and outdoor pest management and extermination services. Your experience is the Pestech guarantee, with a promise to deliver you results while keeping you, your family, and the environment safe. Call the best of the best to get rid of your pests. 353-4760. Pestech, the official pest control company of Pirate Radio.
If you're in the market for a swimming pool and you're located from the capital to the coast, Elite Pools can make it happen for you. They are the Carolina's premier fiberglass and concrete pool builder and renovation contractor. Every pool is built with the highest quality products and on schedule. Visit the Elite Pool showroom located across from Agri Supply in Greenville with fiberglass pools on site and a design center to simplify all of your pool selections. They also have a full service department with pool supplies and they provide expert water analysis. Call Elite Pools today at 689-6557 or visit ElitePoolsNC.com. For pools, think Elite Pools.
The price is always right at Doug Henry of Greenville. And on the last Sunday of every month, Doug Henry is open. Your weekend just got a little easier when you're looking for a car because you can shop at Doug Henry of Greenville on Sundays. Visit Doug Henry for the biggest selection of used cars. Doug Henry is easy to find on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial Drive and always online at DougHenryGreenville.com. Mention Pirate Radio for $500 off any vehicle. Right on the corner and always right on the price. Doug Henry of Greenville. Go Pirates!
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an Auto Owners independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with Auto Owners Insurance.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Want a great lunch with quick service? Huckleburger. Need a place to dine out with the family tonight? Huckleburger. The fastest full-service restaurant in town. Huckleburger. Huckleburger is committed to 3 core values: highest level of customer service, high-quality delicious food, and lightning speed. The Huckleburger menu features delicious burgers, cheesesteaks, chicken sandwiches, black bean burgers, salads, and much more. Huckleburger in Greenville near Lowe's on Memorial Drive and off of 15th Street near the movie theater in Washington. Huckleburger. Delicious, fast, fresh, and friendly.
Hey, O's fans, gift the experience of Orioles baseball with an Orioles e-gift card. An Orioles e-gift card is the perfect gift for any occasion and can be purchased starting as little as $5. Use e-gift cards to buy game tickets at the box office and online at Orioles.com. Plus, e-gift cards can be redeemed at any concession stand or merchandise location throughout Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Surprise your favorite Orioles fan with an e-gift card today. Visit Orioles.com/gift cards.
This is Brian Harris with 360 Golf Carts, Pitt County's go-to shop for all things golf carts. We have E-Z-Go, club car, and utility carts to choose from. Whether it's for the beach, riding around the neighborhood, or working in the yard, 360 Golf Carts has the perfect ride for you. If you have issues with your current cart, take it by my shop for an expert's diagnosis. From parts to sales to service, we have you covered. We will even deliver right to you. So come see me, Brian Harris, on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School. 360 Golf Carts, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Baltimore Orioles baseball.
Crushed into left. Backing up is Schneider. He's at the track. He's turning around, and there's number 1. Connor Norby on one swing. First major league hit. First major league homer. First major league run batted in. Connor Norby into the Toronto Knights.
Catch all the action right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Pirate Radio, where the heart of Greenville lives. We are the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You know you love me, you know you care. Just shout whenever, and I'll be there.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington has everything you need for game day or any other day for men and women, whether it's dress casual or even a formal occasion. Russell's has got you covered. They've served Eastern North Carolina and beyond for 40 years with quality clothing and personal service. Russell's Clothing on Main Street in downtown Washington. Pirates supporting Pirates. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, let's get our Fleet Feet rundown. A-Harp, tell us the good news.
Hey, Pirate Nation, be sure you have the best and most comfortable shoes this tailgate season with a stop at Fleet Feet. Locally owned and operated by ECU alum Chris Lunyon. Fleet Feet of Greenville provides solutions through one-on-one services to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Go see them at 207 East Arlington Boulevard in the old Gordon's Golf location. Fleet Feet, they run for you.
Thank you, A-Harp. A-Harp putting in the work this summer on the field and in the Pirate Radio studios. We appreciate him. Top story of the day. First of all, did you know we had a U.S. national football team? Just like we have a USA men's basketball team and a USA women's soccer team and all that. We have a United States national football team, and they lost today to Japan. Now, I click on this. Is it like real tackle football? I guess it is. Now, there's a flag team. Is this flag football? What kind of football is this? I'd feel a little, well, I see a guy in shoulder pads and a helmet and some gals as well. So I'm taking this to be tackle football. And I don't get into a lot of the we're getting softer as a nation. And, yeah, well, it's probably true. I can attest to that. I'm much softer than my father and grandfather. I don't have the work ethic. They work 20 times as harder than I do. I still put in the work, but I find shortcuts, shortcut guy.
You put everything into this.
Now, I'm not leaving, by the way. But this one raises a major red, white, and blue flag. This is an alert. This is our country is going to hell if we're losing football games to Japan, 34-20. Is that the final? No, sorry, 41-20. USA loses to Japan in football.
By 3 touchdowns.
This is when you panic. This is when you say something's not right. We need a reset. This one put me over the edge. America is failing. America is falling behind. We're losing to Japan in football. Now, I don't think we've got our best and brightest on this team. I don't think that Aaron Donald and Justin Jefferson and Joe Burrow or whoever you want to put at quarterback, I don't think those guys are representing Team USA. But to be sure, we could find some damn Chandler Honeycutts and Alex Harpers to put on the team to beat Japan in football. Do they even play football in Japan? This is disgusting, man. Tyler said, at least our cricket team is making waves, and that is another reason to be concerned. We're a cricket country now? Tyler, did I read that right? At least our cricket team is making waves. We're going to celebrate cricket when our football team is getting their ass kicked by Japan?
Got that ass whooped. Questions?
Oh, maybe we'll be good at polo.
That's a pain in the rear.
Hey, look, our polo team just beat Venezuela.
You cannot lose games in the NFL and still win.
Where is Trent Dilfer to put this into our players' heads? Oh, he's at Alabama Birmingham. He's at UAB, not USA. Eric says, ECU 2023 offense versus Shanghai. Who you got?
I think it's pretty selfish of you to ask me that question, to be honest with you.
Yeah, yes, it is. Jamie says, we're talking about cricket, not football. Not football, cricket. At least our cricket team is making waves. That's what this country has come to. Japan.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
Bird up.
You know what? Is there a candidate out there running on, I promise our football team will not lose to Japan if I'm made president? Because I will vote for that man. If there's a guy that can, and hell, this should be easy. I'm not asking for much. Sneak by him 42-41. We should be beating everybody by 100 points. But beggars can't be choosers. I just want somebody. Hey, Skip Holtz is the greatest spring coach of all time. Let him run USA. He's the stallion we need at this time. Is anybody else freaking out about this? This is what America is now. Justin Bieber singing songs. We lead the country in songs about baby.
We should do a USA fifth quarter calling show nationwide.
America.
Put those flags at half-mast, people. This is shocking. Tyler said that's how we need to celebrate the 4th. Sit back with a cookout, fireworks, and cricket. Yeah, to do this right before July 4th, too. A week away. Disgusting. All right, we'll continue on our Fleet Feet rundown when we return. Singing about baby. We lead the country in that. We lead the world in that. But not football. That's Japan. Japan is our daddy. Back after this.
When I was 13, I had my first love. There was nobody that compared to my baby, and nobody came between us, no could ever come above. She had me going crazy. Oh, I was starstruck.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood, it's a great time to buy a used vehicle.
It's not a great time, it's a perfect time to buy a used car from Brown & Wood.
We have over 115 used vehicles in stock, and we're number one in the market on price. We have limited lifetime powertrain on all of our used cars under 80,000 miles, so go to brownwoodauto.com to find out more. 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Rock Icons, the Little River Band is coming to Weldon Mills Theater, Eastern North Carolina's best entertainment venue, on July 13th. Conveniently located just off I-95 in Roanoke Rapids, Weldon Mills Theater offers a hassle-free entertainment experience with free parking, wallet-friendly concessions, and a cozy atmosphere. With comfortable seating throughout the venue, there isn't a bad seat in the house. Join Weldon Mills Theater for a memorable event where you can relax and make lasting memories. Get your tickets for the Little River Band on July 13th at weldonmillstheater.com.
You want a sub freshly sliced to order? You go to Jersey Mike's. You want the perfect radio idea? You go to me. Like this. I'm a lone ninja warrior. By night, I glide unseen across the rooftops, watching my enemies from the shadows. By day, I go to Jersey Mike's, watching someone freshly slice my sub. My blade is called Shadow. His blade is a Berserker brand meat slicer. Clearly, I have much to learn about this land. Freshly sliced just for you. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Pickleball for Pearsall is coming to Greenville June 28th, 29th, and 30th. Pickleball for Pearsall is a memorial tournament dedicated to raising funds for mental health initiatives. This event is held in loving memory of Greg and Nick Pearsall, whose spirits and passion for life continue to inspire us. The tournament will be held at the Greenville Pickleball Club courts at Wimbledon Drive and will feature all categories. Register at pickleballden.com, sign up now, and help fight for mental health awareness.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
There's a common misbelief today that to make it further, you need to push yourself, that you need to give up any joy to continue your rigid routine. Or you could try another way. Take some time to enjoy life, like having a Michelob Ultra with friends, because happiness is essential to living an exceptional life. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
The Holton Ahlers Show.
CJ Johnson joins us. You talked about your grandma. She was one who kind of raised you. When she obviously tragically passed away, the next game, USF, you go crazy.
My grandma passes away that Friday morning. Break the news to Coach Houston and everything. I go in there, he looks at me in my face. He asks me, do you want to play this game or not? And when I caught that first touchdown and I was up the sideline, I was like, yeah, that was her. And she followed up with 3 more. I was like, oh, Lord. I couldn't do anything but give the glory to her.
The Holton Ahlers Show, Thursdays and Fridays at 6, right here on Pirate Radio. Pirate Radio, where the heart of Greenville lives. We are the voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Order Jersey Mike subs on the mobile app and get delivery right to your home, or save time and order ahead to skip the line to pick up from your nearest Jersey Mike sub location. Jersey Mike's a sub above, and the Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music for the land, or in the land of pirates, I should say. And they're open 7 days a week with live music every night. Coming up on Wednesday night is acoustic night. Thursday, enjoy line dancing and karaoke. On Friday night, Bootleg Revival will take the stage, and then Saturday, the Parkside Band will be performing. And as always, ladies get in free all weekend long. Check them out on Instagram and Facebook. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Chandler.
All right, welcome back in to Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday. And, man, what a sad day to be an American. It won't be a sad day next Thursday on July 4th. But today, if you missed our last segment, we were talking about the United States of America and Japan in football. And did America win? No. In fact, they got their ass beat 41-20. This country is in shambles. It's in shambles so much that we have people calling in wanting to talk about the 41-20 loss to Japan. And we on the Pirate Radio Live line, we have Red, White, and Blue from America. Red, White, and Blue, your thoughts?
My name's Red, White, and Blue Pirate. Can you hear me?
Oh, Red, White, and Blue Pirate? Yes, go ahead.
Am I on?
You're on. Go ahead, please.
I'll run over some names for you.
All right.
John Adams, Samuel Adams, Benjamin Franklin, Alexander Hamilton, John Hancock, John Jay, Thomas Jefferson, Richard Henry Lee, Robert R. Livingston, James Madison, George Mason, Robert Morris, Peyton Randolph, Roger Sherman, and George Washington. I'm talking about the founding fathers. I'm talking about people that assembled this country. And for us to go out there and lose a football game to Japan is disgusting. I am sick to my stomach. I've been in the Pirate Club for 47 years.
You're in the Pirate Club?
I've been in the Pirate Club for 40. Am I on? Can you hear me?
You're on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Pirate Club.
I've been in the Pirate Club 47 years. I've been in Club America for 82 years. I'm 113 years old. I've lived in every state. And I've never been more ashamed, and I can't believe I'm saying this, to be an American as I am right now, today.
My goodness.
Fix this, and we need to fix it now.
What is your red, white, and blue pirate? What is your what's your suggestions to fix it, and how can we fix it?
My suggestion is simple, easy, quick fix. Baba Booey, Howard Stern, Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
All right, we lost him.
Yeah, look, the second you start doing Baba Booey, I'm over it.
Okay.
And we have a break to take.
That is red, white, and blue pirate.
That was a prank. It sounded like a prank.
You just missed a call. We had a caller call in that was fed up with the American football. Yes. Man. He was calling from America. Get this, he is 113 years old.
Wow.
Has been in the Pirate Club, I believe he said 47 years. Was in the American Club for 87, or something like that. But he is fed up. Bad day in the United States of America. They lose to Japan 41-20 a week before July 4th week. What are we doing? I'll tell you what we're doing. We're taking a break, and we're going to wrap up the show when we return. Stay tuned right after this.
To the front, you a 10, baby girl, but I'm the one. To the back, to the front, you a 10, baby girl, but I'm the one.
Save the date and party like pirates on August 29th for the annual Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party, featuring special guest, American Idol musician Blake Prohl.
What's up, guys? It's Blake Prohl. I'm so excited to announce that I'll be back in Greenville Thursday, August 29th for the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party. It's been way too long, but I can't wait to see you, Pirate Nation, and go Pirates.
Join the fun with a performance by country music band Should Have Been Cowboys, and so much more. Save the date and join us at the annual Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party, August 29th.
This is your What's New update brought to you by Greenville Auto World. What's new? Greenville Auto World has new owners and is part of the DriveHereNow.com team of dealerships. New owner Tommy Cook and his team have 4 dealerships with a fully stocked inventory, over 200 SUVs, trucks, cars, and over 50 lenders, and has financing for anybody. Get shopping today at DriveHereNow.com. Greenville Auto World, Highway 43 at Bells Fork across from Speedway. Pirates supporting Pirates.
Did you know that GUC's electric rates are the lowest in Pitt County? GUC's average residential electric bill using 1,000 kilowatt hours per month with load management is $21 lower than the investor-owned utilities and $34 lower than the local co-ops. In fact, GUC's average electric bills are still $10 lower than they were 10 years ago. Low rates with high reliability. That's the value of public utilities. That's the value of GUC.
Pitt County Schools is in the people business, and we are hiring. If you're looking to make a difference by helping us ensure the future of Eastern North Carolina, we invite you to be part of our dynamic team. If you're just starting out or exploring a career change, the doors of one of Pitt County's largest employers are open for those seeking competitive pay and a multitude of advancement opportunities. We offer learning support and advanced leadership opportunities to better prepare our educators and skilled labor force. If you want to be part of an award-winning school system that focuses on educating students and growing our employees, we encourage you to surround yourself with people who are going to lift you higher. To fill out an application, please visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, and help us engage, empower, and elevate through 38 schools and 1 community.
Hey Pirate Nation, it's Caleb with Stroud's Marine. Boating season is here, and at Stroud's Marine we're stocked up with over 20,000 pre-owned parts. We've got everything you need from propellers, lower units, trim units, electrical and fuel parts, and just about anything else you need for an outboard. Speaking of outboards, we will buy your old ones. And as always, our mission is to save you money and get you back out on the water as quickly as possible. Visit StroudsMarine.com today for more information. Stroud's Marine, your best source for salvaged outboard parts.
The brunch is back. The famous brunch buffet at 5th Street Hardware has a variety of breakfast and lunch items from 10:30 to 2, including an omelet station and prime rib, and a special Sunday cocktail menu, including mimosa flights. Don't forget, 5th Street Hardware has lunch specials every day, along with over 40 beers on tap. Trivia Wednesday, live music every Thursday night, and a late night menu through the weekend. Visit 5thstreethardware.com or give them a follow on Facebook and Instagram for a weekly lineup and more. Go Pirates!
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of
Are you dare to walk the plank, matey?
Stop it, you're killing me.
Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. We'll take you to the edge. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
It was a good day for the stock market. The Dow was up 15 points. It closed at 39,127. The NASDAQ was up 87 at 17,805. And the S&P was up 8 points at 5,477. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors stock market report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now back to the show.
All right, wrapping it up on a Wednesday. Thanks to Pete Medhurst for joining us on the Advanced Moving Opponent Preview, talking Navy football for a free quote. You can go to advancemoversnc.com or call 321-3200. Make the transition from your present to your future with ease with Advance Moving and Storage. Thank you to Advance Moving for sponsoring our opponent preview. And thank you to Roy Tesh as well, Holton Ahlers, Shirley, John, and Red, White, and Blue Pirate for calling in. We will talk to you Thursday, 3 o'clock, all new edition of Pirate Radio Live. For the crew, I am Clip Brock. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. This is the Pirate Radio Podcast.
And welcome into the Pirate Radio Podcast. I am Shirley Rhodes. On episode 24 of the Holton Ahlers Show, Holton visited with his former high school wide receiver teammate and former ECU teammate, C.J. Johnson.
And we are back, and I am super pumped to welcome in another D.H. Conley alumni, another Grimesland native. We repped it well in Greenville. We had Dixon last week. C.J. Johnson joins us. So, C.J., what's up, brother?